There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Wednesday, November 26th. There's a lot of action popping up here right now. I don't know if I can even keep up with all the moves coming in. We're going to get you ready to go here for a big college basketball day, as well as NBA Cup action tonight and a huge NHL card. But you know, we're popping off with so much steam here right now. I got to start to hit it here before we get too far into the show. Games are popping and going crazy here right now. I just had one come in just seconds ago. Let's get it started with Wagner and Manhattan here. Steam to the under in this one with Wagner and Manhattan. We saw this one open up here close to 146. We're seeing the steam come in here in this one right now, and with Wagner and Manhattan. So one here at 5 Eastern and 2 Pacific. We're seeing that steam come in to the under. It's now down to 144 here, a 2-point move to the under. We're only going to do the ones that were going off here during the intro, or at least the first couple minutes, and maybe we can touch on a few others. We'll talk about the big championship games today, the controversial. We knew it would be, right, when you're talking about the Players Era, and why are these teams in and nobody had to play, you know, all the games or all the teams, but all you had to do was blow out who was in front of you, and you make it to the championship games. We'll talk about that. Wofford and Northern Kentucky, seeing some steam here in this one to the over with Wofford and Northern Kentucky. Seeing this one higher here, was about 148 or so. Anybody who's on this one, not this game, but I've got that one in my early overnight package here with the Win Club, with the Wofford Northern Kentucky game. But here's the steam coming in on this one, though. On the over here, I don't know if I buy it, but do have it moving over, and it is currently here at 2 Eastern and 11 a.m. Pacific, and that one is going higher here right now to 152.5, about 2.5-point move right there in the game between Wofford and Northern Kentucky. All right. And, oh, man, it's rolling in here. How about Brown in New Hampshire? Steam here to the under with Brown and New Hampshire. Saw this one come in here just seconds ago, and it was 139.5 here, it looks like right now, with Brown and New Hampshire. But the steam came in here on the under in this one. This one's at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific. And we're seeing the steam come in here on the under with Brown and New Hampshire. That total right now has gone to 136.5. So about 2.5-point move to the under right there. And Illinois, Chicago, and Robert Morris, I think was the first one that came in off of the 6:15 time frame. in this one, and we're seeing the steam here on the over with Illinois, Chicago, and Robert Morris. Again, this is another game where I did have it in my overnight package here on the Win Club. It isn't this particular move, but the steam did just come in on the over in this one with Illinois, Chicago, and Robert Morris. Here comes another one. Illinois, Chicago, and Robert Morris. That total is up to 150. That's a 4-point move off the opener there with Illinois, Chicago, and Robert Morris. Oh, this one is let me get going here. Hello, I'm in your face. This one was a steam play that came in actually on a Navy in their game against Memphis on Thanksgiving evening. Memphis was about 5-7, but they're taking some steam here. They took steam at about 6.5 or 5, and 6 or 5.5, and it's going down here to 5 or lower, maybe even 4.5 here right now. And this is a game tomorrow in college football. It's down to 4.5 here. I'm even seeing a 4 right now. A Navy taking some steam here. That has to make you think that I don't want to get ahead of myself. Steam came in on the Navy there. All right, we got more action here now coming in with Miami of Ohio and Greensboro. We're seeing some steam here on this one with Miami O and Greensboro. Steam to the under here. It was 153.5. These were some of these were late to market because of the nature of the tournaments that they're in here. This one is at 2 p.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. Pacific time with Miami of Ohio and Greensboro. And we're seeing this one here right now, currently at 149.5. You might still be able to find some 153s there out there, but 149.5. This has been a big move here, 3.5-point move in this one. Miami of Ohio, big favorite here at 10 points, but the steam here is on the under with Miami of Ohio and Greensboro. Miami of Ohio, about a 10-point favorite here, maybe 9.5, but steam was on the under here. Hello, everybody. Memphis. Memphis Grizzlies. Hey, an NBA steam move here right away with Memphis tonight against New Orleans. Interestingly enough, we'll see if that's personnel related, but Memphis was 1.5. Started moving up to 2.5. We're seeing moving here even further. We know New Orleans had a lot of problems. Memphis hasn't been very good, but right now Memphis is up to about a 4-point favorite at some spots, at least 3.5, maybe 4. Okay, and here we go. Gonzaga and Michigan. We're seeing some steam here right now on this one to the over with Gonzaga here against Michigan. This is in the big game of the day. How about that? This is in the Players Era Championship Final tonight at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific time with Gonzaga and Michigan. And that steam is coming in the big college basketball game of the night. It was 160.5 or so. It actually had moved down already anyways, so I know it's a big game, but it's not too steamy in here. We're seeing this one, though, move higher here on the total to 161.5, maybe to the original number of 162, but got to tell it like it is. With that one, a little steam coming in here, reported steam, with Gonzaga and Michigan in that big game. Hello, everybody in the chat. We'll have more, I'm sure, before I even get done with this monologue and get into the NBA Cup. We're going to be here for quite a while, probably right until some tip-offs here in the college basketball today. Hello to Johnny Walker in the chat. He's ready to go. Go Turkeys. Who's playing in a Turkey Bowl tomorrow? Anybody still playing a Turkey Bowl? Are we all do I attract an old crowd here? Cash Kane is here. Robert is here as well. Bobby Mack getting down with the hoops. Jake Parma today. Good job. Ron Hahn. Always good to see Ron in the chat. Thank you, Ron, for stopping by. Great to see you. Kripke is here today, as well as Justin is here. He likes Robert Morris to smack him around today, I believe is what he's saying there. And really appreciate you guys joining me here on the show. Hey, you can get those picks from me. I've got a 5-pack of college basketball in there. I'm off a pretty strong day yesterday with the picks, and you can check them out over at winnable.com/Ramon. Take a little bit of a victory lap here yesterday. Let's take a look here, actually, with that college hoops card that I brought you yesterday here. So, hey, subscribe with me over at winnable.com. Get my premium picks, and you would have come down with some winners, just like you see right here on the screen. We had these college basketball winners yesterday with over with Central Florida and Quinnipiac. We had under with Iowa and Mississippi. We had here under in Georgia State and Stanford. We had the under. I guess a lot of totals I played here. Irvine and New Mexico State winner right there on the under. And we had right there the over with North Texas and Eastern Washington. And I got another 5-pack loaded up. So, hey, thanks to everyone for subscribing. And you can get those plays. Oops, we got to get the list of plays in there, but we don't have to get everybody to docs there with their emails, but thanks to all those subscribers that you saw up there, and appreciate it. And use the promo code STEAM to save 20% on those premium pick packages. Whoops, bring me back. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Producer. That's me. And so check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. You can win those plays by staying tuned and commenting in the chat with our team of chat all-stars. At the end of the show, everyone who types into the chat will be eligible to win a subscription to those plays. And hey, you would have went 5-0 there yesterday. So keep on chiming in, and we got some steam coming in here right now. Hello to Dylon in the chat. Tariq is in the chat as well. We're ready to go here as soon as we can get the steam out of the way. Or maybe we don't want it to get out of the way. But some steam coming in right here, right now on the Portland Pilots against Long Beach State. Man, okay. Portland here taking that steam in this one. They're at home. They were 4.5, and then it started to move up here to 5. But right now we're seeing it 5.5 here with Long Beach State and Portland. Portland taking that steam. Also, Florida International taking the steam here this morning. Florida International was about a 4.5 point favorite. Rolling in. 4.5 point favorite or so. They're all the way up to 6 here right now. Florida International in that game against Nebraska Omaha, total 161 there in that one. And let's also take a look at the one that just came in. It's on Northern Colorado in their game today here against Air Force. Northern Colorado was a 3.5 point favorite, and they're moving higher here right now. We're seeing this one at 6 p.m. Eastern and 3 Pacific. Northern Colorado is up to a 5.5 point favorite here at some sharp books in Vegas. As Northern Colorado taking that steam here this morning. Man. All right, and let's get rolling here a little bit on the show. We don't have a lot of time to waste. I don't know if there's really much worth rehashing, other than here on the show. We did have winners here yesterday in the NBA on the Washington Wizards. We had the Wizards yesterday on the show. We also had the Orlando Magic. So a couple of good winners there in the NBA and college basketball as well. We talk about a busy night in college basketball. So I don't know how deep we can totally get into a recap here with all these games standing by. Maybe we should just get a rolling here a little bit, but just some of the big games. Tennessee over Houston. The Vols avenged their loss to Houston in last year's Elite Eight by rallying from 11 points down. USC earned their bid into the title game of the Maui Invitational with the win over Seton Hall 83-81 as Seton Hall led by 13 late in the first half. But Eric Assar, Azar, 15 of 19 on the line. He took more free throws than Seton Hall's whole team did. Arizona State over Washington State, 194. Cougars led 48-42 at halftime. They'll go to the final of the Maui Classic, kind of the overlooked tournament here with the Players Era Championship going, but hey, they played the original tournament, Maui Classic there. Cal beat UCLA. Great win for the Golden Bears. They've had 8 straight losing seasons, but they're 7-1 this year, and this is only their second top 200 win, first top 100 win, but hey, you're winning some games here. Good job by Cal. Gonzaga rocked Maryland. They're 7-0 with 5 wins over top 90 teams because that's how they do it. And, Gonzaga, a lot of experience in there. It looks like the addition of this matchup here, it'll be that's the funny thing about it. That's the controversy that we're seeing here a little bit with Kansas and Tennessee getting that third place game, but it'll be Gonzaga and Michigan in the Players Era. We already talked about it, but we'll talk about it for real. George Mason also has made some noise yesterday with their win over FAU. The Patriots are 7-0 this year so far, and they were 27-9 last year. They've played a pretty weak schedule so far, but they are undefeated so far this season. All right. And let's get rolling here right now with the previews of the games, including the NBA Cup today to start us off. And I'll just say hello to a few more folks in the chat here real quick. Nope, I think we're all in. I think everybody is in and probably ready to go here. So let's Southern Illinois right now just took some steam here real quick. Southern Illinois against Memphis, and Southern Illinois was getting 11 points from Memphis, but they just took the steam here right now, and we're seeing this one currently at down to 10, so maybe a point move there, but Southern Illinois just took the steam here on the Morning Steam Show. Let's roll with our first matchup. It'll be the Pistons here on the road, and they're taking on the Boston Celtics. And what can you say about what we've seen so far from the Detroit Pistons and their great start to the season so far? Man, it's just nonstop here at this point, with Pistons favored by 3. And the total here, 229. We're in the NBA Cup, and we're getting close here right now in the NBA Cup. You look at the current standings here right now, and like I said, some teams have already qualified here for at least the elimination event portion of the event. Here's some steam here real quick right now with South Florida taking the steam here in their matchup with Virginia Commonwealth. South Florida was getting 2 points in this one. The steam already came in on the over in this game, but it actually started to move the other way with the total. But this steam right here is coming in at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific with BCU and South Florida. We're seeing this one at BCU now down to 1.5 or so, but there is a move on South Florida. They're the team taking the steam here right now. This total also, like I said, took steam to the over. I guess it did move to the over. It was 171.5 or so, and it has gone up here to 173 or so with that over. But just a second ago, it was South Florida that took the steam. The over was before the show there, I think. All right, Pistons, Celtics here. Celtics actually showing signs of life here. Make sure they don't get totally worked this season, right? With this poor start to the season, no one's complaining here at this point. They can still get it in gear. It's just taking a while here, but the Celtics are starting to show just a little bit of life here of late. Creeping over 500 right now. And, this particular group, you have Detroit at 2-0. The Magic is 3-0. The Magic still have not clinched their spot, believe it or not, because of the Pistons here. going for 3-0, but the Celtics, they're obviously going to be competitive in this game. The Celtics are probably not going to make the NBA Cup playoffs here with their record, but they are only +3 in this one. And they are 1-2 in the standings. So that is going to hurt them here and probably cost them a chance, but they could play a little bit of spoiler here. They're not eliminated, but they need a huge blowout here of some kind, and they need a little cooperation from the other teams. Remember, the top team from each group makes the NBA Cup playoffs, and then the top wild card, I guess you would call it, from the other three the second place teams basically is the fourth team in from each conference, and that's how it works. Detroit comes in 15-2 here right now, one of the hottest teams in the league, and they're on a massive heater and winning streak still, the talk of the league at this point with those consecutive wins here right now. You can't even stop them at this point, but Boston's been okay. They won 4 out of their last 5. Detroit's covered 4 of the last 5 meetings actually between these two teams, but like I said, Boston's heating up here. They're coming in off of a win, 138-129 versus Orlando. There's a little bit of steam right now with Appalachian State and their game today against Mercer. We already saw the steam kind of come in on the under in that game. That drove it from 142.5 down to 140 or so. This was at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 Pacific here in this one. But right now we're seeing that steam coming on App State. It is down to down to 6.5. This one really hasn't. It got dummied up a little bit, all the way up to like some 7.5 and 8s. We're seeing the move though come back here on Appalachian State right now, and it was on the under earlier. Okay, I'm gonna keep talking here with this good NBA game. Detroit 5-1 against the spread. Their last 6 overall. Look, they've done well here against Boston. Boston has gone over in 10 of their last 15 games against Detroit. A little bit of steam here right now. Hope it's okay, you guys, the way I do this. With NJ. Here's some steam. Okay, let me go this. Let me go with this one with South Dakota State and UC Irvine. This one being played in Mexico, and we're seeing some steam to the under with South Dakota State and UC Irvine. Steam to the under here right now. The game is at 8:30 Eastern and 5:30 Pacific time, and the steam is coming in here in this one on the under. This thing opened as high as 149.5 with South Dakota State and UC Irvine. We're seeing it all the way down here to 142.5. You can still beat the market here, but this is a 7-point move in this one. South Dakota State and UC Irvine. Oh my gosh. Huge move to the under here. The move on the total here right now on the steam is about 3.5 points, but overall, it's been 7 points off of that opening line. NJIT and Louisville took some steam here just moments ago on the over. And this one, I can get behind this for sure. We have it. Was another one here, though, 155.5 maybe on these openers. We're seeing this one as high as 159.5. That still might be good. That's a little bit tougher one to swallow at a 4-point move there. And not only that, upwards of 4 points off that opener. That's a big move right there on the over. NJIT and Louisville. And Louisville's, to be fair, I mean, Louisville's like a 45-point favorite in this game. They opened 42, so you could see how this one's kind of going to go if it's going to be a high-scoring game. Some of these big 38 pluses aren't getting home right now, but Louisville is favored by 45. All right, go ahead and chime in. I think we're ready to go here between Detroit and Boston. Is Detroit going to keep going, or is Boston coming back just enough right now with how well they're playing to maybe get this number on them? Good game, right? Here we go. Celtics over here for Justin. Robert's on the over as well. Celtics money line for Johnny Blaze. Smoke and Mirrors likes the Celtics to smash today. Hello to Smoke. Greg Gibson is here today. He likes this one over the total for sure. And look at this. He says this one's already moving, Ramon. Wake up and update the line. This one upwards to 231.5 at some spots right now. My goodness. Let's change that line. This one's been going up. And that's it. Feels like right since the graphic's been on the air. Okay, since I updated the graphic even before I put it up there. Okay, let's. Do I have all your plays in? Because I guess we gotta go. Hey, it's Wednesday. The dog's gonna bark here, says Greg. And not only that, it's the night before Thanksgiving, so we're gonna have a good time tonight. Celtics, maybe, but the over much better. Kripke, so you guys love the Celtics tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna actually do it. I think I'm sticking with the Pistons, you guys. Here's Gooey likes BMU there. I think we're done with this one. Greg told us the Clippers were garbage. Come in here and talk about my favorite team like that, Greg. Tennessee shocked you. Okay, who won the hockey game? And it was Detroit scored 8 goals last night. All right, guys, I'm sticking with Detroit here in this hot streak. Now, granted, there are a few notes here with, let's see here. Queta is out for Boston. I think that's really just about it. Clintman is out. Okay. I know. How come, Nine Legacy? Hey, you can go in. I think you should be able to change that underneath the studio tab. A lot of people have been asking me here what's going on with that. But some goofy YouTube thing. I don't know. Maybe they want to have an ID on us so they know who we are, and you know how it is. I mean, China spying on us and stuff. So I don't know. Okay, let's see. Terrell talking about yesterday's game there. All right. I'm sticking with the Pistons here one more time at -3. I do respect Boston here in this match. I'm saying that they are playing better. I think this is maybe we'll start to see Boston here right now get a little better. They are just 2-4 ATS as an underdog. We know Detroit, they're 12-1 ATS as a favorite. Or I'm sorry, straight up as a favorite. 9-4 ATS as a favorite. So I'm sticking with Detroit here, you guys. I have no problem with you guys on Boston. I guess I think I'm a little bit oppo here in this one. Okay. And we're going to keep moving here right now. Try to get through. Oh, man, this is going to be a long show. Pardon me if we just kind of go to the pick a little bit. And I'm going to update the lines before we flash it on the screen, I think. Just try to save a little time with this massive card. But, hey, we deserve a massive card here on the day before Thanksgiving, don't we? How about the Knicks and the Hornets here? You see the Knicks. The Knicks favored here by 6.5. The total, 241 here. This is another one that has gone up here this morning from as low as 238 or so in this one. The Hornets are still in a bad slump here right now. They're losing pretty much all their games left and right. Here, I want to say also there was earlier steam on Detroit and Boston I failed to mention, but doesn't necessarily mean I agree with that one. All right, with the Knicks and the Hornets here, let's get into it real quick. For the Knickerbockers here, they come in having alternating wins and losses here of late. Coming in this one, they're in off of a win here over the Brooklyn Nets, 113-100. They covered by 0.5 point. Got a little bit of steam in the background. Georgia State, New Mexico State, steam to the under here. It was 137.5. Here, this one's at 3 Eastern and noon Pacific time. The steam's coming in this one, and it is down. This one was as high as 141. We're all the way down to 134.5. Huge move here. It looks like to me all these games in Mexico are seeing big moves to the under. You know, probably you get down there, the rims are probably a little. I don't know. There should be some soft rims, you would think, right? But maybe there's something about the flow. I'm not going to blame the water. I'm not going to blame the meals. I just think there might be something more with the arenas or the way the games are being contested down there. The steam came in big time here. Open 141. We're down to 134.5. Georgia State and New Mexico State. New Mexico State about 11-point favorite in that one. Keep it going here. Knicks and Hornets. Let me hear from you. NBA Cup. And right now in the NBA Cup, we do have in this group, the Knicks are 1-1. They're not done. Hornets are 0-2. They pretty much are done, but they're not officially done. But the Knicks are looking up at Milwaukee at Milwaukee at 2-0, and the Heat are 2-1. So a little bit tough here on the Knicks. They're going to have to win and win big and win their next two in the Cup big just to have maybe a chance, probably at the wild card. So they're not exactly in great position here. Here's steam right now coming in on Colorado State and Virginia Tech. We're seeing some steam to the over here right now in this one. It was 153, and the steam came in here, Colorado State and Virginia Tech. This one's at 5 Eastern and 2 Pacific time. This total is down here right now, up here right now to 154.5. This one did open as low as 151.5, so still a pretty big move. All over the board here. A 3-point move to the over with Colorado State and Virginia Tech. All right, keep it coming here and let me know what you have. We'll just go right into it. I'll make my pick. You make yours.
Team play.
Knicks and Hornets. It's not going to stop you guys, but I want to make sure I get you this actionable betting information. I think it's way more important than why I'm giving you my picks. Lipscomb and Marshall, steam to the over here. It was 155, and we're seeing steam to the over with Lipscomb and Marshall, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific time, and this total here is up to 157.5 right now. This one opened as low as 152. The move came in at 155. That's a big move again. Lipscomb and Marshall here, steam to the over. That's a 5.5-point move off the opener right now. All right. Hey, the Knicks come in having won 8 of their last 11. Charlotte's lost 6 in a row and 8 of their last 11 here at home. But, well, I don't know. I think maybe in this one you got the Knicks are 1-6 against the spread on the road this season, despite a 9-7 spread record and an 8-5 record as a favorite. Now that should be considered, but still 6-5 against the spread on the road. It's just that it can't. Is Charlotte doing enough right now with this 6-game losing streak that you'd want to even consider them here? Knicks have gone over in 9 of their last 13. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone under, and Charlotte's gone under in 9 of their last 13. Let me hear from you in the chat. Do you think that this Knicks team can blow them out despite this these struggles, if you will, a little bit? Okay, let's see. And let's see. Robert here is on the over in this one. Con Caneppel over. That's, I think, Justin's new favorite player. 9 Legacy says Hornets are getting healthy. They do have talent. And yes, we did see a good injury report for them here coming into this game. And the Knicks actually have a downer of an injury report, it feels like. Landry Shamet, he is out of this game. OG's been out for a while. Mitch Robb probable, but Ball is probable here for the Hornets. Connaughton's out here, and still Josh Green out here. Oh, those are old injuries. Sorry about that. Kalkbrenner probable and Miller probable. So, let's see here. Greg has this one under, it looks like. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's right on the number there. Okay. Truth Teller's here. He's not betting the Lakers. He's not only betting the Lakers. Robert's on the Knicks. Hornets could cover, but Kripke doesn't trust them. And let's see. Stay away from, says Truth Teller. And you guys are kind of staying away too. Not a lot of conviction here, it feels like to me, in this one with the Knicks and the Hornets. I think there's just enough injuries. I'm going to take the Hornets here. Knicks, like I said, 1-6 on the road ATS. Hornets 4-4 at home, ATS. So I'll try the Hornets here. Feels like the Knicks should be better or good enough maybe to win this one and cover. The Knicks did not cover the first meeting, but it was very close, however. 113-108 as a 5.5-point favorite. Feel like it's going to be probably kind of the same kind of deal here tonight. I'll try the Hornets, though. Okay, next up, we've got the Pacers at the Raptors here, and talk about more of the teams going in different directions. The Raptors here, man, what a run they're on. If it wasn't for Detroit, everybody'd be talking about the Raptors here and their winning streak right now. Hello. A lot of talking. Western Kentucky and Vanderbilt taking a little bit of steam here right now in this one between Western Kentucky and Vandy. A steam to the over here. It was 167.5. It actually got dummied down a little bit. Was 169 and then gets pushed down a little bit. This one's at noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific time here. We're only 1 hour away from our first starts of the day. This total, though, here right now has gone back up to 169.5. Like I said, from a low about 167.5. So it's been flirting right around their number right now, but steam came in on the over. Okay, won't belittle it, won't delay. Pacers and Raptors here in this one. Make sure I have my injury report ready to go here. All right. Here we go with the Pacers and the Raptors here in this one. So great 8-game winning streak right now for Toronto. I mean, can you believe these guys? Can you believe some of the new, the resurgent teams coming back to glory a little bit? Toronto here looking incredible right now, and they are 10.5-point favorites. They were about 9.5. You think that maybe the Pacers can get it together with this big of a price here anyway and get the money? Pacers come in 2-15 right now. Toronto at 13-5 in this 8-game winning streak here currently. And they're covering some numbers for sure. They're not a terrific cover so far, believe it or not. That's hard to think that they've been not really great at covering the spread. Meanwhile, Indiana is just 3-6 ATS on the road, and they've gone just 2-6 against Toronto in the last 8 meetings between the two teams. 6 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams have gone over. But Toronto's gone under in 4 of their last 5, and, well, Indiana's gone over in 4 of their last 5. But Indiana is 2-7 to the under on the road here this season. Man, you got to think maybe Indiana somewhere along the line can hang in there in one of these games, but is this really going to be it? Nesmith is still out. RJ Barrett is out of this game for Toronto. Let me hear from you. I think I know where I'm headed with this one, but there isn't much from you guys actually in this one. Terrell has Cat to do it. Sports Money says, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Man, 4 steam moves have come out while we're trying to do this game. Raptors are nice, says 9 Legacy. Robert's on the under here. Bobby Mack likes Toronto. So does James Parm. And I'm going to take the Toronto Raptors to blow out the Indiana Pacers here tonight. Give me Toronto. Man, I got to talk some steam here. Southern Illinois and Memphis is taking the steam here right now in this one. We're seeing some steam here to the under in this one. We already talked about the steam that came in there on Southern Illinois a few moments ago, and this one's at 8 Eastern. 5 Pacific, but the steams come in now on the under in this one between Southern Illinois and Memphis.
Steam play.
And it was 159.5 or so, but we're all the way down here to 156.5 steam to the under with Southern Illinois and Memphis. Some of the books are a little laggy here. If you want to get in on this one on the under, you might be able to find a good number still here at 156.5 steam to the under, Southern Illinois and Memphis. Oral Roberts and Rice here taking steam right now. This one being played in Fort Myers, Florida at 4:30 Eastern and 1:30 Pacific. We are seeing some steam here to the under in this one between Oral and Rice. And this one opened as high as 155 or so, but it's down here to 152 with Oral and Rice. Rice is a 5.5-point favorite, but the steam came in on the under. Also, just moments ago, it was Northern Arizona taking the steam here in their matchup. NAU today taking on Southeast Missouri State. Northern Arizona was a 1.5-point favorite. This one is at 8 Eastern time and 5 Pacific, and we're seeing the steam come in here on Northern Arizona. They're up to a 3-point favorite from that opener of 1. The total here 153.5, 154. The steam on Northern Arizona. Also, moments ago, before that, it was Valpo taking the steam today in their matchup with the Southern Indiana Screaming Eagles. What? Hey, you can get my free pick on this game on the total if you go to winnable.com/Ramon and sign up for my free picks. I have the total on this game, so check it out. But here's the steam on Valparaiso. I'll just be blunt. I already bet Southern Indiana overnight. It wasn't a pick or anything, just a game I bet. One of those were not strong enough to send out, but I wanted to bet Southern Indiana, and I got the worst of it here. It looks like as the steam's coming in on Valpo. 3 Eastern and noon Pacific time right now. Valpo was, at least I got a number good enough back there. I took 10, but what is it now? Hey, I'm not always the best market guy after all. Right now it is 10.5 or 10, so it is pretty much on that number, but Valpo just took the steam here minutes ago. Also, Alabama State and New Mexico. Seeing some steam here in this one between Alabama State and New Mexico. Steam to the over here in this one at 9 Eastern and 6 Pacific. This one was a 145, but we're seeing it go much higher here right now with Alabama State and New Mexico. This totals up to 147.5, 2.5-point move off that opener or so with Alabama State and New Mexico. In fact, yeah. Just moments ago, also Western Kentucky and Vanderbilt. We did just here see that steam to the over here in this one. Western Kentucky. Oh, we already mentioned that. Oh, am I all caught up? Yes. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Back to the action. Feels like a break when that steam stops. Okay, next up, the Timberwolves here are on the road taking on the Thunder. And in this one, the Thunder are favored by 8.5, total to 227. Okay, yep, got it right. Here we go. All right. In the NBA Cup, take a look at what's going on with these two. We know the Thunder won their 2 games here in the NBA Cup. The Timberwolves are 2-1, so they're going to need this win. They're going to need an upset really to get to the have any chance. Actually, you know, they have a great plus minus. If they could win an upset here, they could be in pretty good position here. Even if Phoenix, for example, were to if Minnesota, they're going to need probably about a 6-point win here to have a chance, I would think, there for their best chance anyway. Phoenix is 2-0, Oklahoma City's 2-0. The Timberwolves are 2-1. They're obviously going to be an underdog here against Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City coming in 17-1. You don't need me to tell you about the Oklahoma City Thunder. You might need me to tell you that they're a decent cover. You know that 5-3 ATS. At home this season. Minnesota 3-6 ATS, 0-3 against the spread as an underdog are the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've been favored in 14 of their 17 games so far this season. But do you think that they're getting enough points here? They obviously have, cup motivation, if you will. I put an asterisk on that. I hear a lot of, some of the cappers saying, hey, they don't have anything to play for in the cup. They still have the regular season. The games still count, don't forget, in the standings. So Timberwolves, though, they're still alive for the cup. Anyway, let me see what you have in this one with the Thunder taking on the Timberwolves here. Minnesota just 1-4 against the spread. Their last 5 against Oklahoma City overall. They've gone just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. Oklahoma City's covered 9 of their last 13 games as part of this hot streak. Hey, if it wasn't for the Detroit Pistons, we probably still wouldn't talk about the Thunder. We'd just say they're doing what they do. They've gone over in 5 of their last 7 games, these two teams together. Oklahoma City, though, has gone under in 6 of their last 9. Minnesota's gone under in 7 straight games here right now. So let me hear from you with Minnesota and Oklahoma City here right now. And I'll make my pick, but I want to hear what you've got to say from the chat all-stars. Here we go. All right, let's see here. Oh, did I miss the plays, you guys? There's Raptors as well. Oh, no, we did cover those. It was Dylon here. No, Raptors holding teams to unders. Pacers team total over. Looking to get a better spread. Pacers team total under. Crip Keys on the Raptors in that one. Okay, here we go. Justin's on the Timberwolves. And Robert likes the over here in this one.
Steam play.
A little bit of steam here real quick, and then I'll get to my pick. It's in the game between San Jose State and Loyola Chicago. Seeing steam here. This is at the Acrisure Arena in Palm Springs, California at the Holiday Invitational. Seeing steam to the under here with San Jose State and Loyola Chicago in this one. Game is at 2 Eastern and 11 Pacific time. And we're seeing this one was as high as 143, and now we're all the way down here to 138. San Jose State, a 1-point favorite. Big move here to the under with San Jose State and Loyola Chicago, about a 5-point move to the under. Also moments ago. At the big one here in the Maui Invitational tonight, we're seeing the steam here right now with the championship game. Remember, the championship game is first today at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific. Then the consolation games come in. The steam is coming in on the over here between USC and Arizona State. It was 163.5, but we're well above that here now. The total here is at 167.5 between these two. That's a 4.5-point move off the opener, probably a 2.5-point move off the original play with the steam. So, okay, here we go. I'm going to also continue on here with Tariq. He likes Oklahoma City here, first half in this one. And look, Thunder here doing a pretty strong job right now. It feels like tough to cover even for them right now. Look, they are decent against the spread. They are over 500. Minnesota's not very good against the number here, that's for sure. And like I said, Oklahoma City's won the 4 of the last 5. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Thunder here to blow them out, get a double-digit win. Give me Oklahoma City in this one. Kripke also like an OKC. All right. And we're going to keep it moving here right now with the Bucks on the road taking on the Heat. We saw the return of Tyler Hero. He was the star of the game there pretty much last time with the Heat, with his return or his in the lineup there after being injured. The Heat here are favored in this one by 8, maybe even 9. Let's call it 9. It's 8.5 or 9 for sure. The total 238. I'll put a 0.5 point on that. in the game between the Bucks and the Heat here today. You do have Milwaukee coming in here at 8-10. Miami's 12-6 right now. You got one team's hot, one team's not. That would be the Milwaukee Bucks, struggling here without Giannis in the lineup. No team probably relies on one player more, it feels like, than Milwaukee when he's out of this line. Although earlier when he missed some games, they won a couple. But look, this is usually a good series for Milwaukee, and the report is good on Giannis. We don't have it yet, but he is questionable for the game. That's an improvement in his status. He could make this lineup, and that would shake up the line for sure. For Miami, Haka is questionable, Smith is questionable, Wiggins is questionable, and Jokic is questionable. Normie Powell is probable, but Giannis is questionable here for the Bucks, and that's affecting the movement of the line. Not able to get on board yet, but this is a good series for the Bucks. They've covered 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams. Obviously, I'm pretty sure most of those, if not all, with Giannis. I don't go that deep, but right now the Bucks, not only are they losing, they're not covering spreads at all. I mean, they are just woeful, and they're 2-5 ATS on the road. Miami's 7-2 against the spread at home. But like I said, you have that series history. 8 of the 11 of the last 14 meetings between the two teams have gone over. So can Milwaukee kind of supersede their struggles here just because they have a good series history, pardon me, gang, in this one? Hey, one steam move here real quick while you contemplate. Kennesaw State and Florida Gulf Coast. We're seeing some steam to the under here with Kennesaw and FGCU. This one's at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific today. Steam to the under, Kennesaw and Florida Gulf Coast. It was 163.5, but we're seeing it go down here to 159.5, about a 4-point move here to the under with Kennesaw and Gulf Coast. Gulf Coast is a 3-point favorite. Go ahead and chime in. Let me get your plays here, Milwaukee and Miami. A little bit interesting there, right, because of the scenario here, and start to see Miami laying more and more because of their hot streak here. And I know we want to know Giannis' status for sure. This is one game where you got to know, really, but you can make the pick on this line. You can also decide how it's going to go. Could Giannis make this lineup today? All right, hello to Stop Geo in the chat. Bucks over here for Justin. Miami for 9 Legacy. Robert likes the over. Here's Tariq, Heat, and the over. Power Critters here.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Whatever, Siri. Power Critter on the Bucks here right now. And I don't know. I think that Miami's overall trend for me, and if Giannis does make this lineup, they're not going to be getting 8, so it's a little bit tricky here to want to lay the Heat. I kind of feel like Giannis is going to be able to make this lineup, but still the Heat's streak is pretty hot. I'll go with the Heat here. Just know that I don't know. That's all. I'm going with all these home teams here today, but all right. I'm ready to move on to the next one. All right, next up. The Grizzlies are on the road taking on the Pelicans. The Grizzlies have been on the move here this morning in this matchup. Grizzlies here are up to, I want to say, is it 4 here right now, or is it gone back down a little bit? 3 and 235.5. So maybe a little bit of bite here for the Pelicans right now, but we know that the Pelicans have been struggling big time. The Grizzlies aren't much better. They're 6-12 right now. Pelicans 3-15. Pelicans actually are the team coming off of a win. The Pelicans are off of a loss. Pelicans beat Chicago 143-130. Hey, we were on the Pels in that game. Memphis, meanwhile, is off a loss to Denver by 10 points, but they beat Dallas and Sacramento before that. Memphis is 5-2 against the spread as a favorite this year, oddly enough, but they are just 2-6 against the spread on the road. Meanwhile, New Orleans is just 9-8 against the spread overall here. right now. So we'll see what you think here with these two. New Orleans is definitely a bit of an over team, 10-7 to the over as an underdog, but Memphis is 6-12 to the under this season, including 2-6 to the under on the road. What do you think here with Memphis taking on New Orleans here in the NBA Cup? Man, I'm kind of getting off track there, trying to get through these. I failed to mention in the last game. Okay, the Bucks are 2-0, the Heat are 2-1. That's a big game there. The Heat need to win for sure. They're going to fall to 2-2 and be knocked out. So they need to win that one, but they are at home. That's going to be one of the more interesting groups coming down. Timberwolves and the Thunder. The Thunder are 2-0, tied with Phoenix. The Timberwolves were 2-1. In this one with the Pelicans are eliminated from competition. They're 0-3. Memphis, meanwhile, 1-1, but they need help. They still trail the Clippers, who are 2-1. Here, Lakers are 3-0. They've already qualified. All right, so let's see what you have here. The move is on Memphis here, no doubt. New Orleans, like I said, even when they were losing those games here of late, they've been covering. Memphis covered their victories too. Let's see what you got here, and I think we should look at the injury report in this one as well. You do have Ja Morant here. I believe he will be out of this game, so I think that is a big factor. Zach Edey questionable. New Orleans has some injuries as well, but not nearly as significant. Herbie Jones is out. Jordan Hawkins is out. Matkovic is out. I'm going to try New Orleans here plus 3 points with this one going up. I thought when he was moving that maybe Ja, I don't think he's going to be back at all, but he is reportedly, like I said, he is out of this game. So I'm going to take New Orleans here for sure. Let's see what you got here. You've got Robert on Memphis. AOD is here this morning. Thank you for being here. Memphis, you guys are all over Memphis. Power Critter, Lovable, all on Memphis. Robert here is on the over. And Justin's with me on the Pelicans here tonight. Amazing what we can accomplish when no steam comes through. Rockets and the Warriors tonight. And big one here. With the Warriors favored by 2.5, and the total 223 here in this one. There we go. Just seeing here, Cincinnati's Baba Miller is questionable. New information here against Eastern Michigan tonight. Miller, the big man with 14 points and 10 rebounds per game. He's questionable with lower body injury for the Bearcats. Rockets and Warriors here right now in this one. You got the Warriors coming in 10-9. Houston still 11-14, but bit of a rivalry game here, certainly. Here with the Warriors coming in here 6-1 ATS at home, but Houston 7-1 ATS on the road. Something's got to give here with these two teams. Teams have not met here this season. Of course, they had their playoff series last year, won by the Warriors. So see if that carries over here with this one, and see what you guys think with Houston and Golden State in the NBA Cup. The Warriors here in Group C are 1-2, but they need pretty much a miracle. Portland's 2-1, Denver's 2-1. I know that's only a game back, but you have San Antonio 1-1. Interesting group, but Golden State, their plus minus is just, I think, too weak here to do anything. They'd have to get a huge blowout win over Houston. But both of these teams are 1-2, interestingly enough. Vermont and Princeton, we're seeing some steam here in this one to the under in Vermont and Princeton. This one at the ESPN Events Invitational in Orlando with Vermont and Princeton. We're seeing some steam to the under in this one. This is at 5 Eastern and 2 Pacific time. And it was here as high as 147, but it's all the way down here to 140.5. Maybe it's just these tournament games in general we're seeing the unders, huh? What do you guys think? Vermont here is about a 6-point favorite. They opened 4, but the steam is on the under here in this one. Okay, Rockets, Warriors. I'm ready to continue here with this closely rated game, but it does look like the Warriors have been on the move. But again, Houston terrific on the road, 7-1 against the spread. This is only the second time all season the Rockets have been underdogs. They are 1-0 in that role. Golden State's 7-5 as a favorite against the spread this season. Rockets have won 6 of their last 7. They've covered 5 of those. Golden State here has gone under in 8 of their last 11 meetings with the 2. Golden State's won 9 of the last 11 meetings as well. Between the 2 teams, the 2 losses were those 2 playoff losses. Remember last year that they, before the Warriors were able to close it out when Houston won consecutive games. Houston's just 6-12 against the spread in their last 18 against the Warriors overall here. So let me hear from you guys in the chat and take a look at the injury report here. KD is out. Let's see here. DFS is out. Eason is out. Jashawn Tate probable. Warriors, Big Al out. Kuminga is out. Dre is in. Okay, let's see what you guys have in this one. Looks like Justin's got the over here. Robert's on the Warriors here. Don't deal with Death Curry. Robert here is on the under here. Golden State money line for Terrell. Hello to Flea Mathis. Okay, Lovable says it's tough here. And Seth Dominius, hello. They should make an AI sports bot, right? I did see that, you guys, and I've been thinking, right, I could just come on here, have the chat bot, type in the script, and it could just talk. I did look into that. All right, give me the Warriors here in this one. I wonder if they'd be able to tell. There is steam to the over 165. All right, let's move on to the next one. Don't think I didn't look into that. Couple more here late in the NBA Cup out west. The Spurs are at the Trailblazers, and the Blazers are favored here by, I think, 1.5 or so. Might be down to a pick 'em. Let's call it Blazers -1. And the total here, 240. All right, for the Spurs here, they come in 11-5. Blazers are 8-10, but the Blazers in here off of a win last time out. They defeated Milwaukee 115-103. They got the money. They also got the money against the Warriors. They got blown out by OKC in there. San Antonio had their 3-game winning streak snapped by Phoenix last time out. San Antonio just won 4-1 against the spread on the road. They're still missing Victor Wembanyama here. Portland just 1-6 as a favorite this year against the spread. Harper also questionable here for San Antonio. McLaughlin, he is out for Portland. Sharp is questionable. Drew is out. So some injury notes here. Portland still 5-2 against the spread at home. Portland 7-0 to the over as a favorite here this season. San Antonio 1-2 to the under as a dog, but they've trended over for the most part here. First meeting between these two teams this season, and a look at the NBA Cup standings. Like I said, the Spurs are 1-1. The Blazers are 2-1. This is if the Blazers win, I think they could be in. Denver's 2-1, but Portland has the head-to-head tiebreaker on Denver. San Antonio 1-1. Very interesting standings here in Group C. So this game is going to determine a lot, it feels like, here. And let's see what you guys have in this one. You've got a Portland team here coming in. They've lost 5 of their last 7. They are 6-2, however, last 8 at home ATS. San Antonio 0-5 ATS in their last 5 on the road. They have won 12 of 17. They've won 4 out of the last 5 against Portland, but they are missing their big star here in this one. San Antonio's gone under in 4 of their last 5. I'm going to take Portland here in this one. I guess I'm just taking all the home teams. I'm just a big old nerd that has no idea what I'm doing. Just give me every home team. We didn't even need to do this segment. We got 1 game left. All right, and mash the like button. Lovable's talking to itself, but I was talking with Lovable. And let's see, Justin's on the over. Kripke likes Portland. Justin on the over. And Seth is on the Blazers here. Robert likes the over. Hello to Wine Time. Wine Time, we just had our Open Division Championship yesterday evening, and it was the Cathedral Catholic Dons, perennially the best team in San Diego County. I don't like them, but they did get the win in a comeback. They came back from way down against Carlsbad. Carlsbad, that's where Julian Sayin came from. Cathedral Catholic and their star player, Honor Falave Johnson. This guy's going to be big time. He'll be a big-time college player. Led them back to the come-from-behind victory, and they won on the last play of the game. Down pretty much. Robert's on the Spurs. Neither of those teams are my teams, but of course I did watch the Open Division Championship. You know that. Under here for Lovable, Terrell says San Antonio Moneyline and Fox to get over in his points, and at top scorer makes it plus 275. And Greg says he's got Portland there right on the number, although that could be an over, but I'll take Portland. We've got one more here in the NBA Cup. It's going to be the Suns on the road, and they're a 4-point favorite, taking on the Kings here. Total in this one, 234.5. It's a 4.5-point spread, actually. And the Suns on the road are favored at the Kings. Now, I got you here. I mean, look, the Suns are playing well this season, and the Kings are back to being the Kings, it feels like. So, not going to get all overly excited here, but Suns on the road, not quite the Suns at home. Kings have actually won 2 straight here. They're looking about as good as they have. They beat Denver and they beat Minnesota, and that's impressive. But Sacramento just 2-6 against the spread at home so far this season. Phoenix is 7-1 against the spread as a favorite, although just 3-4 against the spread on the road. Sacramento 6-9 against the spread as a dog. This one's a little tough too. Let's see what you have here in this one. Last game of the NBA Cup tonight, and you do have currently the Suns are 2-0 right now. The Kings are 0-2. The Kings are not eliminated, but they're pretty much done. The Suns are tied with the Thunder right now at both teams 2-0 in Group A. Phoenix have gone 4-8 last 12 ATS against Sacramento. They have won and covered 8 of their last 10. Sacramento just 3-7 ATS in their last 10. They've lost 8 of their last 10, and they've gone 2-8 against the spread in their last 10 games at home. So it's just a matter of for Phoenix, as well as they've played, they've a little bit untested, a little bit of a lack of success on the road, but the Kings have been pretty bad too. The Suns are coming in off of a loss 114-92 at home against Houston. Let me hear from you in the chat before I make my play in the final game here. No Wemby, no Wemby, no Spurs. Dialing liking the over in some game there. Lovable says take 4.5. This has got to be this game with the Kings, but Justin likes the Spurs. Greg here liking Phoenix in this one. Robert says go under. He also likes the Suns here. Kings are a big question mark, right? I mean, but it's, have the Suns made enough strides here? And let's see, Grayson Allen's out. Ryan Dunn is out for Sacramento. Schroeder, he's questionable. And Sabonis, that's a key injury for them. We know that for sure. Key injury there. Okay. All right, I guess I'm going to make my call here. Greg says, wouldn't be surprised if the Kings do win. Not a good spot for Phoenix. Chosen one, hello. Greg says, take these dogs here. Portland and over. Is it Portland and over? Could be just over there. I'm going to take the Kings here. I think I've got it as a close game. Maybe the Suns will win still, but I'm going to try to grab these points. I don't know if the trends necessarily support this, but I'm not sure that the Suns are, here's one thing about the Suns, and this is not part of the handicap, or maybe it is long-term, something to think of, in the back of my mind, but Phoenix on the spread here. Suns are a mess with this organization right now. A story came out yesterday that the owner has been being accused by the partners of misusing team funds, using the Suns as his personal banking here. Look, the league office hasn't said anything, so is it really unfounded or dumbfounded? I don't know, but the team off the court is a mess, which is funny, right? They used to be a mess on the court. Maybe the guy came in and saved the day there a little bit, but they're a little bit of a mess off in the front office or with their owner. I don't know if it affects things on the court necessarily. Eventually, I think it does, right? So maybe the last tiebreaker of tiebreakers is the Suns might be a mess of a franchise. I don't know if that's here, but all right. Greg says Kings plus the points. Phoenix is due for a loss. All right, I'm going to take him. That's the NBA. We made it. Looks like we made it. All right. Let's move on here. And wow, no steam there for the last few minutes. Got to let us get through one of the segments. Oh, I take that back. Here's one that came in. Wichita State and St. Mary's here in this one. I missed this one. Some steam came in on this one on the over here with Wichita State and St. Mary's. This one is at 7:30 Eastern and 4:30 Pacific time here, and we see this total moving higher with Wichita State and St. Mary's currently up to only 139. So look, this one got dummied down a little bit all the way to 138 or so, and it gets pushed back up here. Not a big time move, but some steam on the over there in that one. Thank you, gang. Let's get ready and keep it moving right now. We're going to go to the big games in college basketball. We're not going to look at a lot of college basketball today. I'm not saying it's not all important. I know, Terrell, the first day we don't have any football for how many days was it in a row? 45, 48, and no football today, you guys. Oh, that must be Seth. Must be Mike, right? Is that Mike? I don't know. Seeing those icons there. Okay, so let me see how we want to cover this college card. Like I said, I was only going to go with the big tournament games today, I think, but let me take a look at it here anyway and see how we can break this down. And a lot of good games as well. But again, I don't want to go over every third, fourth, even though some good games there in the uh, action from Vegas. We covered those teams every day this in the first two games, and now kind of we have some, let's just face it, we have some consolation games in a lot of these college games today. So, you could wonder about the motivations a little bit in those. Yes, in college, all the games matter, especially when you want to get to, the finals. But let's go ahead and run these. First off, we got to go to the I'm going to start with the Maui Invitational final, right? So that eliminates like all the other games. We're not going to go do some, third place game or fourth or fifth place game. We're going to do the championship games at the Maui Invitational. It's USC taking on Arizona State. We already saw that steam come in, man. This one, I'm going to have to reevaluate this one on the fly here, I think. Usually I'll tell you when I like the move, but let me just put it up here and take a look what you guys have here with USC taking on ASU. This is a championship of the Maui Invitational, one of the best. This is a tournament everybody talks about. If it wasn't for the Players Era getting in the way, here's some steam right now. Plus, we got all these steam moves, right? Columbia and Fairfield. Columbia, man, have they been interesting this year or what? Maybe it's me singing the song all the time. The steam coming in here on the over in this one between Columbia and Fairfield. This one's at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific in this one. And it is right now the steam coming in, as I said, on the over. I'm just not seeing a big move, though, here, despite this report. It is going over for sure. I'm seeing it. It opened as low as 146.5. It's up to 148 here right now. Columbia and Fairfield steam to the over to 148 in that one. Okay. So USC, they played pretty well to get here to this championship game, and well, so has Arizona State. In fact, Arizona State's been the big surprise, right? They're 6-1 coming in. They've won 4 straight games here with wins over Texas and Washington State. USC with wins over Boise and Seton Hall. But you know what? USC did not cover in those games so far. Meanwhile, Arizona State, we know they're covering these games. They've been kind of an underdog. They're 3-0 as an underdog against the spread this season. So they've looked good here for sure. And will it be enough, over the hump against USC? Here's another steam move here real quick. This is Liberty and Bradley. Steam to the under in this one. This one's at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific time with Liberty taking on Bradley here in this one. Steam to the under here, 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific time. This one was as high as 152.5, gang. We're seeing this one all the way down here to 146. Is that a 6.5 point move on this total? Here comes the steam. I got to catch up now. Liberty and Bradley also. Liberty about a 5.5 point favorite on the road. Steam to the under in that one. Seconds ago. This one, get ready, gang. This one is one of the early starts at noon Pacific time. Steam to the over here with UMass Lowell and Stonehill. This one got dummied down. I was on a show last night talking over, but I was talking over a number higher than this, but it is still going up here right now. The total actually has reached 150. That's what I talked about it last night. It actually got dummied down to 147.5, now back up to 150. Steam to the over with Massachusetts Lowell and Stonehill. Also here, moments ago, steam here. We're talking Maui Invitational final right there, but Maui Invitational, Seton Hall, and Washington State, the game right after, steam to the under here in this one. It was 150.5, but we're seeing that steam come in on the under at 5:30 Eastern and 2:30 Pacific time. And we're seeing this one down to a 148 here, 2.5-point move or so. Just seconds ago, steam coming in right now. Sam Houston and Idaho State. We're seeing this one steam to the under between these two teams, Sam Houston and Idaho State. It was 144. I bet it at 144 to let you know, gang. And it's going lower here right now to at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific time. Right now it is down to 143 with Sam and Idaho State. More steam here to report. I think. No, we're all caught up. Okay, let's go here. USC and Arizona State. This is at the Maui Invitational. Okay, well, yeah, Trevor, yes, we'll do that. We'll go over some picks here right now for these early games. I'm ready to go on these early games, I think. Maybe we'll do those. We'll do the early games as part of the preview here. I'll just type in the graphics. I didn't even think about that, but that's a great idea. Great job, Trevor. Power Critter says Maui Wowie. Power Critter's on the over. Mike is on his AI account, his burner. Chosen one, USF today. I think that's Arizona State for Lovable. USC doesn't cover spreads. You're right. Greg, you're right. Let's take Arizona State here. I like Arizona State in this one against USC as my play here on the Morning Steam Show. Trojans money line, though, for cash gain. And Lovable says Liberty Bradley under. Robert's on the over in the SC game here. And like I said, this one's gone way up here to 167. And Greg says they never cover spreads no matter what sport. Power Critter likes Sam. Okay, let's see if I can just take a peek at these. And here I'll just I might have to look at I might cheat and look at my notes. But let's go ahead and look at those early games. We want to expand. We have some good picks here. And the matchups there's some good matchups, but a lot of the good matchups are in games that aren't the championship games of those particular tournaments, right? A Washington forward, Hans Steinbach, he is doubtful with an ankle injury in the game against Nevada. Washington against Nevada. Heinz Steinbach, 14.5 points, 13 rebounds a game, 2.5 assists. He's doubtful tonight for Washington. Okay, first game up on the board. It's Bowling Green taking on VMI. Good idea. We'll just do it this way. I picked the championship games, and I'm like, I don't know what games to do. I don't want to do, these third and fifth place games. So, all right, Bowling Green and VMI in this one. You've got Bowling Green. Man, they're an 11-point favorite here. This is top of the hour here. Special pick, 11.5, maybe 11.5, 149.5. VMI is off to a poor start so far this season. They're just 3-5 overall, but 1-6 against the spread. VMI. For Bowling Green here. Now, this is actually at Fort Myers, Florida, by the way. Let me make sure we designate that. Bowling Green is 3-2 ATS VMI, poor against the spread so far, but they are getting 11 points here. Maybe that's enough for you guys in this one against the Falcons here. So let me see what maybe you guys have in this one. Oops. Kind of run it here real quick. All right. So for Bowling Green, they come in here off of a win over Bucknell, 71-66 last time out. They did fail against William and Mary, but they covered against Davidson in a loss. They also won and covered against Lemoyne. For VMI here. They're not looking great, that's for sure. They're losing all these games here. right now. Like I said, 3-5. They started off hot, right? I think they started off 3-0, but since then, and again, I think they played some non-Division One opponents too. That's for sure. VMI beat um, Johnson and Wales, and they also beat Virginia Lynchburg for their 2 wins. They did beat the Southern Indiana Screaming Eagles, but they seem to be struggling a little bit beyond that. So can they get the money today against this Bowling Green team that losses to Davidson, as I said, and William and Mary? But can they get 11 here against these guys today in this one? And I say that they will. I'll take Bowling Green. I'll lay 11 points here. Greg, though, likes BMI. And Gooey says, I'll take BMI, but I'm by 2 more points. Robert likes the under there. Dylon said Bowling Green. Lovable says, I'm going to take they're terrible, but. And Chosen One, yeah, another title game there we'll take a look at with my UCSD team. Robert on the under there, I think I said that. And Trevor says maybe sounds like an under to him. Oh, for sure. These 2 teams are 3-8 to the under so far this season. Bowling Green 0-4 to the under as a favorite. VMI 1-3 to the under as a dog. Greg says Bowling Green ain't covering that 11. Oh, all right. Well, too late. I'm on Bowling Green. I already made my call. Oh, man. Darn it. Shoot. Okay, and one more here, top of the hour, and this is Troy, a 20.5-point favorite against St. Francis. And let's see what you got here in this one. We'll probably have time to go over the 9 o'clock games by the time we're done. St. Francis coming in here having a hell of a time. 0-6 so far. Troy's struggling too, though. They've dropped a couple in a row. Troy's 4-4 so far this season, but St. Francis is 0-5 straight up and against the spread here. So, Troy, can they cover 20.5 here in this one? This one's being played at Fort Myers, Florida here. At the hoops tournament down there. So let's see what you got. The steam came in on Troy here. I think it's a bargain. I mean, my numbers got it at 23.5. So I guess I got to go with Troy. I'm going to go with Troy here to roll over St. Francis. All right. Lovell says take St. Francis. Gooey says they'll score 100 easy, will Troy. And Chosen One says St. Francis first half. I'm on Troy here. I think I'm getting a little bit of a bargain, even though we're talking 20-some points. Troy struggled here, but they beat my San Diego State team 108-106 in double overtime. That's the only one they've had of late. They lost to Toledo. They lost to USC. They lost to Northridge. They lost to LMU. Those aren't great teams. I mean, USC is okay, obviously, but those aren't bad teams either. I'll take Troy, though, and lay the 20.5. And Trevor says Troy to cover the first half. Thank you. Okay, next up. Let's go out to the matchup there. You talked about it with Towson and UCSD. You wonder why. Probably because of the bigger games later. It's just a good idea to play these games, I guess, as the early games. But yeah, we got Towson here and UCSD championship game of the ESPN Events Invitational. How about that? By request. Well, probably not. I was just planning on this one. There we go. And this one goes off at noon noon Eastern time, 9 Pacific here. So is that right? Is that time right, you guys? I think it is, right? Towson comes in here 5-2. UCSD is 6-0 right now. They're also 5-0 against the spread coming in. Towson's 5-2 straight up, but 3-0 against the spread as an underdog here. They've been good against the money as well. Towson 1-2 to the under as a dog. UCSD 0-2 to the under as a favorite here. Got a little bit of a move on USD from 1.5 to 2.5 here. And I'll go ahead and hear from you guys in the chat on this one. Championship game of this tournament. Oh. Darn it. Okay. Here we go. I'm ready to hear from you guys in this one. I know what I'm on. And let's see what you guys got here in this one. I'm on the under here, actually, at 138.5. This one was as high as 140.5 here, but give me the under here in this one. Man, I really want to trust UCSD to win this game, and I hope they do. Towson for chosen one. Towson's too big, strong, and athletic. Take Towson. Roberts on the Tritons. Roberts on the under. Chosen one had Towson yesterday, and Truth's going to bet some college today. Here's Greg. I think he likes Towson to win here. They're underdogs. He's got them to win. Seth likes the over at an alternate line here at one. I might be talking about a different game, but I'm going to go with the under here in this one between Towson and UCSD at the events, ESPN Events Invitational there, the adventure bracket. I think they have the two brackets, right? That's how they're competing out there. Okay. All right. And also I want to go out to I will preview the third place game just because of the records. And these teams got jobbed a little bit by the format, I think. But I will take a look at the third place game here of the big tournament. Let me bring that up here right now at the Players Era Championship with Kansas taking on Tennessee. And again, it all came down right to those that 20, they had that 20-point cap. That's all fine and dandy, but it's tough. You invite 18 teams to play 2 games, and you're trying to determine it's kind of like an AAU tournament a little bit, but let's see what you got here. This one is at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, the Players Era third place game between Kansas here taking on Tennessee. Tennessee comes in 7-0 straight up. Kansas is 5-2 straight up right now. Tennessee is still 3-4 ATS. KU is 4-3 ATS, but they're 0-2 ATS as an underdog so far. And Tennessee, they beat teams. Not only they beat teams, they cover, and they're in kind of a run of. They average beating 6 top 20 teams a season over the last 5 years, man. Not only that, this spread isn't 3.5 anymore. It's 5.5. Oh, my goodness. Since I typed it in there, I was just updating the total. I kind of missed that.
Steam play.
Let's put in a move here, a steam move right now on Idaho. The Vandals are getting steamed in their matchup tonight against Northridge. Idaho was a pick. This one's in Boise tonight. And Idaho is taking the steam here right now in the matchup. It's at 9 Eastern and 6 Pacific time. Idaho's up to a 1.5 point favorite from a pick. Idaho just took the steam here in this one. Okay, Kansas is 1-6 to the under this season. Tennessee's 5-2 to the over. But I will say this: Kansas as an underdog just 1-1. So when Kansas is favored, it usually does go under here. But let's hear what you have in this one. All right. Sorry about that, but I'm ready to go here with this move here with the third place game at the Players Era tournament between Kansas here and Tennessee. I'm going to go with the over in this one. I know we've seen some unders here, but I'm going over with this one at 139. All right, let's hear from you in the chat. Greg says it's Tennessee to win this game by 4. Johnny Blaze, 9 Legacy, says Volunteers. Robert's on the Vols. And Sienna won some kind of cup here. Kansas line going to drop big time, says Greg. I don't know, Greg. It's already gone from 3.5 to 5.5. Why is it going to come back down? It's already been going back up. But maybe you're right. I kind of want to wait. I'm taking the total because I didn't really see that coming. And Truth says Tennessee, but not going to bet. All right, I'm on the over there. And let's go to the night game, the big one here with Gonzaga taking on Michigan. Here in this one, we got top teams for sure. And it is Gonzaga here right now as a 2-point favorite over the Wolverines, a total 164.5. Let's see how you've got this one. And it's at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific time here tonight. Gonzaga comes in 7-0. Michigan comes in 6-0. Gonzaga is 6-1 against the spread so far this season. Michigan's just 3-3 against the spread so far. Gonzaga is 3-4 to the under here so far this season. And what do you think in this one? Man, Gonzaga's been on the move here a little bit. Can they take down the Wolverines here? All right, let's see. Chosen one's on Michigan. Greg says Michigan to win. He's got it as an upset here. And Robert's got the over. I'm on the Zags. I can't help it. Maybe it's a West Coast bias here. I'm taking Gonzaga today, -2.5. Give me Gonzaga. I'll take them here. Gonzaga's covered 3 in a row. They covered against Maryland. They covered against Alabama. They covered against Southern Utah. They did fail against ASU, but they covered against Creighton. Michigan, meanwhile, 2 covers in a row here against Auburn and San Diego State at the event. Before that, though, they were failing to cover in wins over Middle Tennessee, TCU, and Wake. Robert's got the Zags. 9 Legacy's got the Zags. Seth likes the under here in this one. All right. And Greg says Gonzaga is not ready for Michigan. Okay, I got you there. I don't know. I mean, I think Gonzaga is the most. Are they the most experienced team in the country, or are they the second most experienced team in the country? It's one or the other, right? Chosen one says Michigan opened the favorite. Yeah, Michigan opened the favorite, like 1 point, and the move has been on Gonzaga there. Okay. All right, gang. Unless you have another one, I mean, some other tournament games. I just didn't think they matched up with these. I think that's. I know it's a big schedule here, and maybe we'll look at those noon games when we get to it after the hockey here. But unless you guys had another college game to look at here, I was going to leave it at that, just because these are the big tournament we've been covering all week here, and we have a huge hockey schedule to get to. Even I had to draw the line somewhere. And we'll have lots of great college basketball in the weeks to come. Okay, and maybe like I said, we'll come back and look at those noontime starts if we're still on the air here. Let's get to the hockey, shall we? We got 15 games today in hockey. It's a good card. And, after our one game yesterday, we want to get back on the ice. Okay, Chosen One says he wants to do the Northern Iowa. All right, I gotcha. I did leave it off because, with all due respect, it kind of paled in comparison to the others. But we should look at it, especially since we've talked about that steam already in the other game at the Acusure Holiday Invitational in Palm Springs. I'll do it for Chosen One. He says, "Come on, Ramon, it's a championship game." All right, it's Tulsa, Northern Iowa. I'll give you credit there. All right, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be talking down about these teams. Tulsa versus Northern Iowa. Got another one? Let me know. We got time. Got nothing but time here. It's the day before Thanksgiving, right? We got time. So Northern Iowa here, take it on Tulsa. Do you have it at 2? I do. And 136 and a half here in this one. This one is at 4:30 Eastern and 1:30 Pacific time with these two, Tulsa and Northern Iowa here. This one, like I said, at Palm Springs. Oh, man, we're underway. I can't get both these games. I kind of missed the games on Flow Sports this week, you guys. So maybe, did we win on those? Okay, so let me do it here with you guys in this one. Let me do one Steam play here real quick. I got to tell you about this one for sure. Then we'll do that game. Tennessee Tech and Kentucky. I mentioned this one here. There's Steam coming in on the over, and anybody who gets the package knows that, I'll give it here. We did go give out the over in this game. The Steam is now coming in on the over Texas Tech and Kentucky. We sent this one out as part of the Win Club, and now the total's coming in just like they did yesterday, and we rolled that card. So let's see if we can't do it again here today. We're ahead of the moves, right? That's the key thing. There's no doubt that some of the first week or two, I was like, let's send out the card closer to game time. I was saying, you know what? I can't do that. I've got to send it out earlier to make sure we get on top of some of these moves. It makes a huge difference. We know that. But I just want to be fair because not everyone looks at things early. And, hey, the key is picking the games late. If you can do that, you're a champion handicapper. Kentucky is a 38-point favorite. The total here right now is up to 158. It was actually dummied down, so that's actually what we sent it out at. I don't know if I'm that cool at all after all, but Steam to the over here. I'll give it out. We gave it out on the Win Club, Tennessee Tech, Kentucky over, and now the Steam came in on the over. Okay, so that's okay. Also, all right, let's look at this championship game here for Chosen One between Tulsa and Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa comes in here with a 6-0 record right now. Tulsa comes in here 5-1. Tulsa's 4-1. ATS 2-0 as an ATS underdog. Northern Iowa, meanwhile, is 6-0, but just 4-2 against the spread. 3-2 against the spread as a favorite, which they are here in this one right now. Northern Iowa actually the favorite in this game. Let me hear from you guys in this one. Northern Iowa by 2 and 136.
Goalies.
All right. Let's I'll make my pick here in this one. You guys make yours. We're ready to go here. And I'm going to take Northern Iowa, though, to win this one, despite the despite Tulsa's perfect record here as an underdog. Give me Northern Iowa in this one over Tulsa. I like the Panthers to win and cover. Robert likes Northern Iowa. And Nine Legacy likes Northern Iowa as well. Okay. Thank you, Chu. I think we did a good job there. I'm not going to go too much here. I will say this. Northern Iowa is 1-5 to the under so far this season. Tulsa may be trending a little bit over at 3-2 to the over, but Northern Iowa also 0-5 to the underdog I'm sorry, 0-5 to the under as a favorite, Northern Iowa. So I don't know. I kind of was thinking over, but Northern Iowa is trending under. I'm just going to go with the spread. Greg says spread too low. Okay, is that it? Maybe there in the tournaments that you guys wanted to hear about? Because I want to move on to hockey. Those games are underway with Bowling Green 10-3 over VMI, and St. Francis leads Troy early by the score of 10-7. All right, I'm going to hockey here right now. We got a 15-game card, and we're not going to go crazy. We already are crazy. Where's my hockey sheet? That's what we need. I'm going to start off here. Bruins and the Isles. Oops. Okay. Oh, man, I don't have my goal. I didn't type in the goalies. Oh, man, this show's going downhill. All right, I'll just try to do them on the fly. I didn't type in my goalies here. I thought with 15 games, I was a little bit unshaky, and then Ramon took a little, no overnight sports really. Ramon took a little nap. Okay, cut me some slack here. All right, here we go. Bruins and Islanders. The Isles are $1.65 here in this one. The total 6 under at -115. I'm showing Swayman and Sorokin. Here is the likely goal. Sorokin's confirmed. Islanders have been playing well, no doubt about it. 7-3 in their last 10, and Sorokin going here tonight. He started slowly, but man, he's been good here of late. 1.8 goals against and a 94% save percentage in his last 8 games, going 5-2-1. So Islanders here, our favorites. Bruins defeated them in a shootout earlier this month, 4-3. What do you think here with the Islanders taking on the Bruins? Boston here in second place in the Atlantic. They are, however, 5-7 on the road here right now. The Islanders are second place in the Metro, and they're 5-4-1 at home. They've been one of those strong road teams here, but what do you have here? Bruins and the Islanders. A lot of games at 7 o'clock today. Islanders are coming in here off of a win over Seattle 1-0 here. They've been playing some low-scoring games. Boston comes in off a loss to San Jose here in this one. You do have here with this particular matchup a Boston team that going up against Carolina anyway over the last few games. They've won 9 of the last 12 between the two teams. They've done a nice job. Boston turned it around a little bit. We're playing good here for a few weeks, and they have lost 3 of 5, but they've kind of recovered their record here a little bit. Still, they're just 7-13. Their last 20 on the road, dating back to last year. The Islanders have won 7 of 9 coming in, but I'm going to take Boston here plus 1 goal. I'll take Boston plus a goal in this one. We're back to taking plus 1 here. I guess it's okay. Mike said it's great, so I'm going to do it, even though it results in some pushes on the show. I don't like pushes on the show. This is a show. I mean, we want to pick all the winners. Don't get me wrong, but we're picking every game because we just love the games, don't we? Robert's on the under. Islanders money line, full game over. Cash Kane says Bruins puck line. Maybe it will be 4-3. I don't disagree. Okay, I'm going to take the Bruins here plus 1. Next up. Got to type in my goalies. Flyers and the Panthers here with the Flyers coming in. They've got Vladar in there today. Vladar comes in 8-4-1 up against the Panthers here, and Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky comes in with, he is confirmed, by the way. He was in the starter's crease, I think, here. And the Panthers are favored in this one. Let's see, is it 165 or so? Let me take a look here. 175, 5.5 over 25. I'll update that while I'm punching in my goalies. All right. Flyers come in here 11-7-3. The Panthers are 12-9-1. Panthers are in here off of a win over Nashville, 8-3. Meanwhile, Philadelphia is off of a loss to Tampa Bay, 3-0. Florida comes in here 8-3 at home. Philadelphia 3-4 on the road so far this season for the Panthers. They come in here right now looking at a sixth place standing currently in the Atlantic Division, just 8-3-1, however, at home. Philadelphia on the road, they are just 3-3-1 overall on the road. Still pretty big number here for the Panthers tonight, now up to $1.70 or so in this one. Florida has won 12 of the last 16 meetings, however, between these two teams. Overall, Florida's won 5 of their last 7 and 9 of their last 13 at home, dating back to last year a little bit. Philadelphia just 4-13 on the road, their last 17 dating back to last year, and they've lost 4 of the last 6 overall to Florida. I'll go ahead and take Florida here, -1 goal against the Flyers here. Give me the Panthers in this one. And let's see, Seth here is on the Islanders. 3-2 Panthers here for Greg. Robert's on the over here, and PW Power Critter likes Boston. 9 Legacy says take the Flyers on the money line. Greg says you got to take Florida here in this one. Next up, you got the Maple Leafs here on the road. They're taking on the Blue Jackets in this one in Columbus. And for Toronto here, they've got Woll in goal. For the Jackets, they've got Greaves. He's been confirmed as the goalie here in this one tonight. We don't know for sure about Woll, but could make sense here. The Blue Jackets are favored in this one, about $1.25, 6 under 20 or so. Let's see what we got. $1.20, 6.5 under. Whoa. Okay, I just had the wrong total in there. 6.5. That's fine. 6.5 under 20, 6 over, same thing. Here we go. All right, we did one late injury update in this matchup also today, just in a short time ago, where the injuries for the Blue Jackets, Olivier, he is out, and Marchenko, he's also out of this game, but Zerensky, he is upgraded to probable in this one for the Blue Jackets. And look, Blue Jackets at home, I don't think this is an awful spot for them. Toronto, both teams come in off of back-to-back losses. Toronto's 9-10-3. Columbus is 11-9-3 coming into this one. But Columbus is 6-0 as a favorite. Toronto's 0-5 as a dog. What are you going to do with this one here? Toronto, massive over. We know that, right? 17-5 to the over this season. I know it's up to 6.5. I'm going to go with the over in this one between Toronto and Columbus. Give me the over here. Columbus is 3-6 to the under at home, but they are 3 overs and 3 unders as a favorite here. So I'm going to take the over in this one with the Maple Leafs and the Blue Jackets here on Wednesday. And we've got some comments from you in the chat. Greg says, you got to take Florida there on that other one. Abel here, he's got some soccer props today. Hey, I also sent out, I know I had a rough day in soccer and Champions League. But I'm back at it again. I sent my 3-pack out on the Win Club already. Johnny says Maple Leafs on the money line. He's got 4-3 Toronto here Also, Sammy Sosa's here. He says
Final.
Toronto. Greg says 4-3 Toronto. Let's keep it moving here on the Morning Steam Show. Nine Legacy says go under. Our next matchup, it's the Flames taking on the Lightning. Oh, boy, Lightning $1.75, total 5.5 or so here in this one. Maybe even $1.80, and it's juiced to the over at 5.5 over 20. Whoops, who's the... Oh, see, I told you I didn't have the goalies in there. Huh. That's what we need to make the show a little longer. Okay, Dustin Wolf in here, possibly. These goalies are not confirmed in this game. Dustin Wolf, possibly against Andrei Vasilevsky. There we go. So for the... Oh, did I miss the? I missed the Rangers and the Hurricanes. Okay, sorry about that. I'll come back to that game. They're all at 7:00. I think I skipped the order here a little bit, but for Calgary in here, they come in right now with a record of 8-13-3. Tampa Bay's on a 4-game winning streak, 13-7-2. Calgary's won 3 in a row. Don't forget. Over Buffalo, Dallas, and Vancouver. Tampa Bay with consecutive wins over New Jersey, Edmonton, Washington, and Philadelphia. They're looking pretty strong here right now as well. But hey, a pretty good run here of late for Calgary coming in. Probably about as good as they've looked all season here right now coming in. So let's see here. Oh, darn it. Okay, make sure I'm giving you the right play here. Just had a little bit of a blip. Okay. So Calgary's lost 8 of their last 12 to Tampa Bay. Overall, Tampa's won 4 out of the last 5 between these two teams. For the last 5 games for Calgary have gone over here. Calgary's 15-9 to the over so far this season. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay 4-6 to the under in their last 10 games, but Calgary is struggling here in some of these road games right now. They're 4-9 on the road. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay 7-5 at home. Coming in, see what you have in this one. I'm going to take Tampa Bay here minus a goal against Calgary in this one. Give me Tampa Bay. Flames money line for Johnny Blaze. Robert says take the Flames plus 1.5. Lovable's on Tampa Bay. Hello to Papa Ricky. So nice to have you in the chat. Says happy Thanksgiving. Takes Columbus, Jets, and Rangers on a parlay. Thank you, Papa Ricky. Nice to see you, Papa Ricky. Greg says Flames 2-1 with Wolf. Nice to have Papa Ricky in there saying hi in the chat. All right, I guess that's good for that one right now. I know we're going kind of fast, guys, but 15 games. Come on, I even missed a game here. Rangers and the Hurricane. And we got the Hurricanes, $1.75. They're 6 under 15. That's probably why I looked at it, the wrong game there. For the Rangers here, you've got Igor in net. Most possibly Igor. For the Canes, it will be most likely Freddie Anderson here in this one. Anderson comes in 5-5-2 with a 3.07 goals against average here. So Kochetkov is sidelined, so it's going to be more Anderson here right now. Anderson's lost 4 straight, 0-2-2 with an 85.5% save percentage. Not really looking that good here. He struggled. He's allowed 3 or more goals in all but 2 of his 12 games this season. Hurricanes still a pretty big favorite here right now against a Rangers team that we know how well this Rangers team plays on the road, even though they're in the bottom half of the league offensively, averaging just 2.5 goals per game this season. So can they do it, though, here? This is where they played their best hockey. You have the Rangers on the road here. I know Carolina's been tough, but Anderson's struggling here a bit. The Rangers did just stop a losing streak last time out by defeating St. Louis 3-2. Carolina's been up and down, but they are 6-2 at home this season. Hurricanes are also they're 6-2-1 at home. Okay, let me hear from you. I got to take the Rangers here for sure, right? Plus, I'll take them plus a goal here in this one. Give me the Rangers. It's going to be a lot of pushes, but I like this plus a goal now. All of a sudden, plus minus a goal. Hello to M the Great. Happy Thanksgiving. I think Robert's on the under here. Johnny Blaze, 9 Legacy, likes Rangers money line, and regulation tie for Lovable. Yeah, the ties have kind of run out of gas here of late, but that's all right. They'll be back, right? Greg says Canes, Panthers, Colorado, and Vegas are money tonight. I'm on the Rangers here in this one. And I'm keeping it going. The Blues are on the road, taking on the Devils here, interconference matchup in this one with the Blues here. Going to be an underdog against the Devils. Devils are minus $1.35 or so, I believe. Total 5.5 over at minus 115. Is that right? For the Blues here, coming in, they've got Jordan Bennington possibly here tonight, going up against possibly Jake Allen of the Devils. Neither goalie confirmed, but that's what I'm showing here as a likely goaltender. Let me know if you've got something else. I'm never ashamed to be wrong and just say, hey, let's make sure we get it right. But the Devils here, they might even be up to $1.40. They did snap their 3-game losing streak last time by defeating Detroit 4-3. St. Louis, meanwhile, comes in here off of a loss against the Rangers, but they've been playing. I thought they played okay despite some losses here of late. St. Louis is 7-10-6 overall, but New Jersey, they are undefeated at home so far still, technically at 8. Oh, 8, no, right? Is it 8-1, whatever it is? 7-0-1. I knew I'd get it. 7-0-1, 8-0, whatever there. But Devils are up to $1.40 here right now. St. Louis is 2-8 to the under as an underdog here right now. And I don't know. When I'm thinking about this matchup with St. Louis and the way things are going for them and their offense right now, basically they can never score more than 2 goals a game. That's a big mental block, it feels like, here for these guys. So let's see what you have here in this one, and I will make the call as well. For the Blues here, they have won actually 15 of the last 20 meetings against the Devils, but still, Devils here at home have been almost unbeatable. These two teams have not met yet this season. In fact, last year's games, the road team won both games overall. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under. St. Louis has gone under in 5 straight. New Jersey. I'm sorry, and I've also gone under in 6 of 7 on the road. I'll spit it out here in this one. New Jersey 6-7 to the under as a favorite. I'm still going under here, whatever it is, at 5.5. I knew I'd get through it. There's a Blues here for Bobby Mack. He's also on the under. 9 Legacy Blues for the upset, but Greg says it'll be the Devils here 3-2 in a low. Seth Mike says Rangers 2 in a row, and Greg says it'll be 4-2 at worst in favor of the Devils. Thank you guys on that one. We're making it through this massive NHL schedule here. And next up, the Predators are on the road here taking on the Red Wings. Jusaros for the Predators expected in the nets. And for the Red Wings tonight, gimme. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. It is Talbot. Talbot likely here. Get it right. So Red Wings favored here about $1.50 or so. The total 6. For Talbot, he is 9-3 with a 2.78 goals against, but he had a poor performance in that last game, the 4-3 loss to New Jersey, as he allowed 4 goals on 20 shots. But for Talbot here, like I said, 89% save percentage, and the Predators are last in the league in uh, uh, offensive metrics here, 2.36 goals. So let's see what you have, man. This has really been the problem here for Nashville. They come in 6-12-4. Detroit comes in 13-9-1. Nashville has lost 3 straight games coming in. They're just 1-5 on the road, 3-13 as an underdog here. They're also 2-5 to the under on the road. Detroit's 4-5 to the under as a favorite. I think that's going to probably put me on the under as well. That's the way I was headed, and that's the way I'm going. See if I can track these a little bit here better, just to keep some good notes here for us in this one, with Detroit taking on Nashville here right now. You got Nashville here 1-8 in their last 9 games overall. They've won 8 of the last 12 against Detroit. Nashville's also lost 7 straight on the road. Detroit's gone over in 5 of their last 7, although 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under. I'm going to go under in this one with Nashville and Detroit. Give me the under in this one. And your picks are in Predators and Red Wings. We've got Hot Wings here for Lovable, Detroit for Power Critter. Tampa should win by 2 there, says Dylon over Calgary. Red Wings, Nashville's a terrible game. Red Wings for 9 Legacy, Predators plus the puck line for Greg. Nashville can't score wings, daddy. Oh, all day. I'm the daddy. And Greg says 3-2 Detroit. All right, next up, we've got a lot of games here, huh? Sabres and Penguins going in this next one here. And the Penguins are the slightest of favorites at $1.15, maybe 6 over 15 in this one. And let's see who we got in the pipes. I'm showing Pekka Luukkonen here and Tristan Jarry. These goalies are likely here today with Pekka Luukkonen. The Sabres have been going back and forth with their goalies so far over the last few weeks or so. But Luukkonen stopped 29 of 30 in his last game, a 4-1 win over Carolina. He's got a 2.40 goals against in the last 5 games, going 3-2. Here, Penguins come in on a 0-1-1 in their last 2 games. Tristan Jarry 5-2 with a 2.6 goals against and a 91% save percentage here. And this one is the Penguins here at home, slightest of favorites. And in fact, man, it's close right now. But yeah, they're still the favorite. Showing some 6 unders though out there right now. Between these two. So let me hear from you. You've got Buffalo coming in here currently at 8-9-4. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, is 10-6-5 coming into this one. Pittsburgh 5-3 at home. Buffalo just 1-5 on the road here so far. Buffalo is 6-2 to the over on the road. Pittsburgh 2-5 to the under as a favorite, but they're 5-4 to the over on the road. You look at the maybe the series history between these two kind of helps out a little bit with this matchup. You got the Sabres here. Basically, let me make sure I call it the right. Too many games. Sabres here over in 6 of their last 8 games coming in, including 6 straight on the road. Pittsburgh's gone under in 6 straight, but 6 of the last 7 meetings have gone under between these two, and that's where I'm going with this one. Pittsburgh, like I said, 2-5 to the under is a favorite, even though Buffalo's been an over team. Like I said, 6-2 on the road. They are 7-8 to the under as an underdog. They are still technically an underdog here. I'm going to go under with the Sabres and the Penguins here tonight. And go Pens, says Power Critter. 9 Legacy says Buffalo. Pittsburgh needs this game, says Greg. Greg says it'll be 3-2. Cash Cane's on the Penguins. Dylon's on the Devils here. Sabres got to get healthy. Tricky game, but Pittsburgh should win, says Greg. 3-2. Papa Ricky likes Buffalo. Wonder if Papa Reggie. Okay, next up, Papa Giorgio. Okay. Next up here in this one is the Jets and the Capitals. For the Jets, Eric Comrie might be expected in goal. We'll see. But for the Caps, we do know they're going with Charlie Lindgren here today. He is confirmed. Lindgren comes in here with the Capitals coming off a 5-1 win over Columbus. Lindgren, 3-3-1, 3.13 goals against. Recorded a win in his last 2 starts, however. And the Jets have been outscored 7-3 in their last 2 games. Capitals here, minus $1.55, we'll say, in the total, 6.5. This has been a Capitals series. Here of late, the Capitals have come in here. Get this. They've won 11 of the last 12 meetings overall against the Jets here in Washington. That's basically just once a year. I mean, Winnipeg's an East team, but last dozen years, Washington wins pretty much every time. Winnipeg's lost 6 of their last 9, 4 of their last 6 on the road. Washington's 4-1 in their last 5 games overall. Winnipeg's gone over in 5 of their last 6. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under, and Washington's gone under in 14 of their last 20 games at home overall coming in. Washington coming in here right now with an overall record of 12-9-2. Winnipeg is 12-9 as well. So Washington fighting back a little bit, and they've done pretty well here. They won their last game. Also have some wins here recently over LA, Edmonton, and Montreal before they lost to Tampa Bay. Washington just 3-7 to the under in their last 10. Winnipeg is 6-4 to the over on the road. But I think for me in this one, I'm going to try the under with Winnipeg and Washington here tonight. With Washington just starting to trend under here a little bit of late. We got a 6.5, right? So give me the under here in this one. All right, we got Pittsburgh should win, says Greg. Buffalo for Papa Ricky. Here's Winnipeg for 9 Legacy. Cash Cane's on the Jets. Lovable Jets first period. Here's Greg saying Capitals 4-3. And what has happened to Winnipeg, right? They were so hot there. Is that what we're saying? They were hot and then they cooled down? And Dylon says fade the Preds. Papa Ricky's on the Jets. Robert's on the Jets. And Cash Cane on the Jets. And I think that's it for you guys in this one. And I'm on the under. The Jets are crashing. The Jets are crashing. I remember as a kid, September 25th, 1978. I think it was September 25th. I think 1978. And I was in elementary school, and we could see from our playground, which was in pretty far, La Mesa to North Park, but you could see like a big plume of smoke. I didn't know. I was just a young kid there in elementary school, but a plane crash happened in San Diego where I lived. And it was at the time, it was the worst in American history. PSA Flight 182. It crashed into a Cessna over North Park. And there's a movie about it out there. I think it's a YouTube movie, Return to Dwight and Nile, I think it's called. That was the intersection where the plane went down, Dwight Street and Nile Street in San Diego. But at the time, it was the worst plane crash in American history. It was just a small, small, but it wasn't like a 747. I think it was like a 727 or something like that. And a Cessna hit it, and it crashed. And being a young kid that kind of liked the news hound, I was like, oh, I was like, wow, this is incredible. It was sad, though, but all right. Anyway, what are we doing here? What's the thing about that? Wild and Blackhawks are next. Look that one up. I know I got the date right. September 20. Well, maybe it was September 28th. September 25th. I think it was September 25th, 1978, I want to say. Okay, Wild here, taking on the Blackhawks. And I'm in a, I might be moving on from Chat GPT. I mean, that Google AI is getting pretty good. I might be divorcing Chat GPT to go over to Gemini. All right, Gustafson taking on Knight here. The Blackhawks are an underdog in this game, actually. Minnesota's $1.40 on the road. Total 5.5 here. 5.5, and it is juice to the over. It's a long segment, you guys. Thanks for bearing with me. Minnesota here comes in. I didn't type in the goalies. That's killing us. Minnesota's red hot right now. They're coming in on a winning streak here currently. Blackhawks have actually lost 3 straight. Are they coming back down to earth? For the Minnesota Wild here, they come in having won just 15 of the last 16 games over over Chicago overall, including 7 of the last 8 here in Minnesota. Minnesota's dominated like no other. I'm taking the Wild here. I don't need to go much further here. Look, there's no doubt Chicago's playing a lot better this year than they had probably in all those previous years against this frequent rival. 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Chicago's gone under in 8 of their last 11. Minnesota's gone under in 6 of their last 7, including under in 5 of their last 7 on the road. Probably should take the under here, but I'm just going to take Minnesota. Real dominance in this series for sure, and they're red hot with a winning streak here right now for Minnesota, that 5-game winning streak. Chicago's lost 4 of their last 6 games. They've gone under in 8 of their last 11 at home. Give me the Wild here in this one at minus $1.40. I'll take it. All right. Right, Mr. Weskers, we did it twice. We liked it so much, we did it again. I wish I could take Mr. Weskers. So I have to type it all in on the other show, and then I have to type it up. I wish I could just take it and paste it. But the way that works, you got to put these. It doesn't work that way, and I forgot to do the goalies because I did it twice. If there were 6 games, I wouldn't have had this problem, but I did today. So I'm having to type these goalies in. It's costing a few minutes here. I think Lovable in Chicago, Robert on the under, Cash Kane on the Wild here. I'm on the. I gave it to you guys. I'm on the Wild. Greg says 3-2 Wild. And $1.50, is it too low here? Yeah, maybe. I think we're still kind of thinking that the Blackhawks are still okay, and I think they are too. There's Papa Georgie, right? Chicago's looking bad all of a sudden. I'm going to take Minnesota here in this one. Hey, did we have some steam here while we were? Let's break it up. Let's break up the hockey a little bit. Some steam came in on Vanderbilt here just a few moments ago. Win their matchup here today. against in their matchup today here with Western Kentucky. Wow, I'm not sure I agree with this one, but this team came in on Vanderbilt. They were 18-point favorites. They were as low as 17, but Vanderbilt's gone up. This one is at the top of the hour right now. Let me do it this way. I'm talking about it here, and let's get this one out of the way. So I'll make a pick on this one since it's at the top of the hour. I actually have the total targeted here in this one between Western Kentucky and Vanderbilt here in this one. And I'm going with the total. I'm going over here with this big total. I know it's pretty high, but it is. How high is it? It's so high. It is 169, but I'm going over with Western Kentucky and Vanderbilt as my play. All right, and I think we got this one out of the way. Cash Gain says 4-2 Wild. Sharks and Avalanche are next. You guys, how are the Sharks? I get it. Okay, the Avalanche are the greatest team in the world right now. No doubt about it. But I think the interesting thing about it is they're favored like we're in March or something right now at 375. Look, I know that the Avalanche are off the charts here. But gosh, the Sharks are so improved here right now, right? I mean, come on. They are big time improved. Still, the Avalanche are minus 370, 390 even at some books. Even the Sharp books are at 390 right now. So maybe they're going to crush them. Maybe they should crush them, but it doesn't feel like the right line, right? I mean, the Sharks are, especially the way these puck lines are kind of going and everything. I guess I'll probably just go to the total because this is such a bizarre line here right now. I don't say bizarre. I mean, Colorado's on fire. I mean, they have lost one game all season in regulation. We know how incredible they've been here right now. 16-1-5, but the Sharks are 11-9-3. And even though, we know the Colorado owns this series for sure, Sharks won the last game 3-2 at home just 25 days ago. Now, Colorado's won 9 straight, 6 straight at home. That win over the Avalanche was San Jose's first win in 13 games against them. San Jose's gone under in 8 of their last 9. Colorado's gone under in 4 of their last 6. Also, 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Let me go ahead and take the under in this one. I won't mess with that crazy spread or anything like that. But so far, you got Colorado 9-13 of the under, 8-13 of the under as a favorite. Meanwhile, San Jose 10-13 of the under this year. I'll take the under with San Jose and Colorado. All right, let's see here. It's going to be, you can't stop playing the Avalanche here, says Lovable Power Critter going to sprinkle on the Sharks. And Dylon is behind us there. Dylon, just put me on 1.5 speed. Put me on 1.5 speed. I'll talk a little faster and catch up. Does anybody ever watch the shows? I actually listen. Sometimes I'll tune in late to Mikey because I'll be putting my late plays in or sending them out, and then I turn on Mikey. Listen to Mikey at 1.5 speed. You'll have some fun. San Diego's been. Oh, I hope you're a great Cash Cane. Are you talking about the soccer team? You know what sucks about my old hometown of San Diego? Get this in here real quick. So if the new San Diego team makes the MLS Cup, they're going to host the game at the new Snapdragon Stadium. That's what they built the stadium for, Aztecs, but also this MLS team. They knew they were getting them. But that is forcing, if San Diego State makes it to the championship game of the Mountain West Conference and they host the championship game, they're going to play it in Petco Park. It'll be only the 3rd football game ever played in Petco Park. They've had 2 bowl games there, but they don't want the field being played on twice in 24 hours. So MLS Cup will be at Snapdragon Stadium, and the the San Diego State Aztecs would play whoever they're going to play in the Mountain West End. Now they both got to get there, so there's got to be, but if it happens, they'll play the San Diego State will be playing in Petco Park, actually. That just came out yesterday. I tweeted about it. If you want to look at my tweets there at my address, you can get it there. I did tweet about it. Okay, Greg says Colorado, abs for Robert. And St. Francis about to win that first half. All right. And for me, I'm on the under. We're almost done. We got gang 4 more games, which I didn't type in the goalies and everyone. But, I like you to have some good information. We're not always right on the goalies, but we are usually on this show. Next up is the Canadians and the Mammoth. Jacob Dobush in the pipes for the Canadians, and Karel Vejmelka here. Hey, we got a little bit of breaking news here right now coming out. I'm not going to run the banner. It'd take too long, but it's a pretty important one. Austin Matthews has been upgraded to probable. We already talked about the Leafs. Now, I took the Blue Jackets. I think the line is probably going to move. Let me look at it right now. This information is just in. And with Columbus was favored, but we're already seeing the sharp books move very
Steam
close,
play.
and there is a steam
Final.
play right now coming in. We just heard it. Oh, look at me. The steam on the over right now. We already said we're on the over because, hey, it's a Toronto game, but the steam's coming in right this second after that breaking news that Austin Matthews is in. The total has gone up immediately to 6.5 in the Toronto-Columbus game. It may have already been 6.5 under already, but it's 6.5 flat now, and it might be going even higher there. Steam just came in on Toronto-Columbus with the announcement that Austin Matthews. That's why you're here with me on the morning steam. It's not about me. It's about the information that we're giving out. With the Canadians here and the Mammoth are about $1.40 here in this one. The total is 6. Shaded to the over. In fact, there's some 6.5 unders out there as well. So maybe we could call it 6.5 under here with Dobish taking on Vejmelka here in this one. For the Canadians here, they come in 11-7-3. Utah's 12-8-3, but Utah has won 2 straight after a losing streak. They beat BGK. Before that, they beat the Rangers. Montreal is off of a 5-2 win over Toronto. That's snapped a losing streak, actually, which is confirmed in goal here today. He is struggling here a little bit of late. He's lost 5 of his last 6, going 1-4-1, and Montreal has actually fallen out of the playoff picture here, despite a pretty okay record. Dobish is 7-2-2 right now. He stopped 24 of 26 in the win over the Leafs here right now, and the Mammoth have outscored their opponents 8-3 in their last 2 games. Vejmelka 10-5-2 with a 2.76 goals against average here in this one. I'll probably look to the total. Montreal is 7-1 to the over as an underdog, but Utah is 4-10 to the under as a favorite. Oh, that makes it kind of tough, but I kind of want to play the over here in this one with the Canadians and the Mammoth. Let me hear from you in the chat. I'll make my call, but for me, I'm going to play the total in this one. Montreal's gone over in just 12 of their last 13 games because that's what's been going on right now with these Canadian teams and their bad goaltending. Going to have to take the over again the way this is going. I marked it up at 6.5 because I knew I was going over.
Notice.
Give me the toughest line here right now, and I'll take the over here in Montreal. Let me adjust my notes here where we got the Austin Matthews update. You wonder what it looks like there when I get it right. It comes in just like this. Austin Matthews upgraded to probable. Get the latest notes here for you guys direct. You guys might get it too, but I get it pumped in here quickly. So that's why you need to subscribe, because I pay for these fast services. You can look on Twitter. That news just broke. We're breaking it just as fast as the news services here. Okay, I take pride in that. I take more pride in that than in the picks. You know that. All right. Let's get some picks from you guys, though. Those are more important, too. Lovable on Utah. Moneyline. Greg says 4-3 Mammoth. Do you know that Van Halen originally named their band Mammoth, but then they found out there was another band called Mammoth? Remember the band called Mammoth? Van Halen tried to be Mammoth, and they said, not so good. And then they switched to Van Halen. Seemed like a good call. Johnny Blaze says Sharks, Moneyline, Montreal, Moneyline. And okay, Lovell says maybe Mammoth should be in Canada. Mammoth under here. Abs have been covering the. Whoops, better get that off screen. You know what Dylon calls it. You know what he calls it. And he says he'll take the Sharks plus 2.5 here in this one. I'll take the over. Almost put it on screen. I guess we can put it on screen on this channel. All right, Senators and are at the Golden Knights here in Vegas tonight, and you got Vegas here about $1.70, total 5.5. We're almost through here, you guys. Great job. Let me look real quick. Oh my gosh, we've got to get these noontime basketball games here real quick, don't we? Let's take a peek at them. Western Kentucky and Vanderbilt. Hey, I already gave out that one, right? The over there in that one. I like the over in Western Kentucky and Vanderbilt. And we also did that Towson USD game. So we're kind of recapping here almost, right? Where I went with the under in that one with Towson and USD. That one also about to start there in that tournament game. That one just right now it is a USD. I'm sorry, not USD. UCSD. I should never get the San Diego teams wrong. Come on. UCSD 1.5, 139.5 in that one right now, with UCSD currently favored in that one over Towson there, and that one just about to start here as well. And I'm punching it in, you guys. I'm punching in my bet on the total. Sorry about that. So many games today, and I knew we'd be here that long. And also, UMass Lowell is taking on Stonehill. This one also about to start here momentarily. With this one, Stonehill is favored by 2.5 over UMass Lowell. This is probably shouldn't even talk about this game. I think both teams are like 1's 0-5 and 1's 0-6. I think in this one, but I think for me in this one, I have Lowell. I have UMass Lowell plus 3.5 points. Give me Lowell in this one. All right, and those are the noontime starts in college basketball. Okay, we're going to wrap up the hockey here real quick with the Senators and the Golden Knights. Aren't we having fun? For the Knights here, it is Akira Schmid in goal. The Senators go with Linus Ullmark. And, the Golden Knights are favored here, $1.70 in this one. They come in here with a record of 10-6-7. Ottawa's 11-7-4 coming in right now. Schmid, 9-1-3, 2.44 goals against, 90% save percentage. For Linus Ullmark, 0-5-4, 2.95 goals against, and an 88% save percentage here in this one. So let's see what you have in this matchup between Ottawa and BGK here tonight in Las Vegas. Vegas has lost 7 of their last 10, believe it or not, and 4 of their last 5 games at home. Coming in, Ottawa, however, has lost 6 straight years here when coming in to take on the Golden Knights, and they've lost 11 of the last 12 games overall against them. They've struggled enough. Vegas needs a win. They've actually lost 2 straight. Ottawa's won 2 of their last 3. A little bit of breaking news here right now also in NBA. SGA is probable in the game. He's been upgraded to probable. He was under the weather and listed as questionable on the report, but SGA and his 32 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, probable tonight against Minnesota SGA there. Okay, give me the Knights here in this one. I'll take them minus a goal and a half. I might be a little bit square here today, huh? But 16 games, I'm not going to get too cute. Plenty of opportunities. See what you got in the chat. And let's see here. Mr. Weskers likes Led Zeppelin better. Okay, and let's see here. Cash Kane liking the Senators. Mr. Westers likes Syracuse, of course. First period over for VGK Ottawa for LALB. Hello, LALB. And VGK for Lovable. Golden Knights here for 9 Legacy. Also, something on the money line. Manly money line. Manly. Greg says 3-2 with Akira Schmidt in there, I think. And Viva Las Vegas says Lovable. Yeah, no, I like Led Zeppelin too. Come on. Did anybody though like when Hart did the Led Zeppelin cover at the Kennedy Center Honors many years ago? That was great, wasn't it? When the choir comes up and they're like, and as we wind on down the road. All right, a couple more here. We're almost done. 2 more games. Got the Canucks here on the road. You got Canucks and Ducks. Who doesn't like that? On a Wednesday night. For the Ducks here, they've got in goal Luke Dostal. Dostal comes in here 11-5-1 with a 2.81 goals against average. Now, for the Canucks, we've got Nikita Tolopilo going here in this one. So we get our first look here at Tolopilo for the Canucks. The Ducks are favored here, $1.55, 6.5 over 25 in this one. But we do have Tolopilo, not confirmed yet in goal yet here for the Canucks, but for Nikita Tolopilo comes up here, I believe, from Abbotsford here in this one. He has played a little bit in the past, but I think this is his first start of the season. He did make 2 appearances last year and went 1-1. He was a member of the champion Abbotsford team last year and had 2.66 goals against average, actually, and a 90% save percentage, going 20-14 last year for the Abbotsfield Canucks. Topilo, a 25-year-old Belarusian goalie here. And for the Canucks here, they come in 9-12-2. Anaheim still 14-7-1. At this point, Anaheim's won 3 of their last 4. Canucks have lost 3 in a row. Anaheim with a win last time out over BGK. They come in here 8-2 at home so far this season. Meanwhile, Vancouver struggling as an underdog, 5-10 overall, coming in as a dog here. So see what you got here. We're almost done, gang. Thanks for being patient with me. A little bit of a hiccup there with my graphics again, but oh well. Keep you around. You can make the picks here. All right. Vegas on the puck line for, hey, hi, Abel. He's got the West Up Parlay, BGK money line, and USC money line. Mr. Wesker says, if you can, right with him, Robert Plant had that tear in his eye when he actually said, or I think Nancy Wilson said that he had said to them after, he goes, I usually don't like covers of Stairway, but you guys did all right. I'll say, I thought another great Hart performed. Did you ever see when Hart performed about 3 or 4 years ago at the halftime or the in between the periods when they played the NHL All-Star game in Seattle? And Ann Wilson said at the time that and these ladies are, I think they're in their mid 70s, right? she said she was so cold, right? You can imagine these ladies, they're elderly. And I think that's almost elderly anyway. But they were out there in the freezing cold. They played that outdoor. Oh, no, it was an outdoor game. That's what it was. The outdoor game in Seattle, not the All-Star game. They played an outdoor game in Seattle, and Hart, did like Barracuda out there. It's like 30 degrees. All right. Over here, Canucks game. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's take over in the Canucks game here. What are we actually dealing with, right? Canucks are just like these other Canadian teams right now that keep going over in every game here currently. What is the current trend now for these guys? Vancouver, just 11 of their last 12 overall. Now, 7 of the last 10 meetings have gone under, but man, these Canucks are going over tonight. I'm taking the over here. They're 12-4 to the over as an underdog. And Anaheim, even though they have been trending a little bit, like I said, they're actually a little bit to the under here of late, but they're 4-1 to the over as a favorite. So I'm going to take the over in this one. And Lovable says, give me the new guy. Dylon says, Anaheim, I think. Thank you, Papa Ricky. Happy Thanksgiving to you and to everybody. If you guys can't join me tomorrow, I'll be here. I don't have anywhere to go. So we'll preview the NFL games. If not, you guys spend time with your family, no problem. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm very, 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 very thankful for all of you watching and subscribing and keeping me fed here. Just feels so great to know that you guys, I'm sure it's not, let's, make fun of Ramon if he loses or let's get his picks and troll him or anything. I'll give you my honest effort on those picks, and thank you for buying them and just supporting me on the channel. Go to winnable.com/Ramon. You're making me tear up here on Thanksgiving like I always do during the holidays. One more game. Let's do it. And we're out of here. And we'll do the drawing. We've got one more. We've got the Stars and the Kraken. And we got the Kraken here. Stars are favored on the road, about $1.25 or so in this one. And the total, 5.5 over 20. That got to me. Thank you. That was for everybody, but we're giving thanks here. It's about time to give thanks. It's the true holiday, you guys. Christmas is fake, right? I mean, we get gifts. That's great. The kids love it. This is the true holiday, especially with the sports, right? Our football games, the family. This one's not about the commercialism, right? It's not about this one's about truly being thankful. All right, let's get into it here right now. Thanks, everybody. And thank you to Mike and Jeff as well. All right, Casey DeSmith possibly in goal here tonight. 4-1-2, 2.22 goals against, 91.5% save percentage for Joey DeCord, 7-3-4, 2.56 goals against, and a 91% save percentage here. Dallas on the road favored here. Look, what? Dallas just played last night. And now, oops, sorry, guys. Let me get that. There we go. Seattle just played last night. Now, they did win 8-3, to be fair, and they're playing pretty well. But still, Seattle at home, they're fine at home so far this season. I mean, look at their overall record. I think they're pretty decent here, the way things are going. Seattle here, 6-1-3 at home of all things. No doubt Dallas is hot. They're playing well. There's 7-1-3 on the road. They're one of those teams, but they're running up against a good home team here. I'm more apt to take the plus money here. Dallas coming off the win yesterday. But Seattle's just fine. They've won 2 of their last 3 overall. You're making me how's that for being rude, you guys? But just showing you guys got me here a little bit. I'm taking the Kraken here. Let's end the show. I'm going to take the Kraken here on the money line. Thanks, everybody. Let's do the drawing and get out of here. I don't want to look at the comments, you guys. Thanks to everybody. Tex Styles was here. Power Critter. There's a little Dallas. How we doing on our Bitcoin, right? Let's go. We're going up. I'm happy today. Look at me. I'm going up. Are you guys going up today as well? Let's be thankful on our last day there. And let's keep that money a-churning. And Johnny, hot take there. Thanks, everybody. Great job. Let's get out of here. Let's do the drawing. Thank you so much, you guys. Oh, there's AOD made it in here talking Led Zeppelin. In the line you'll find. Okay. Jolly Green, thank you for chiming in. Just saying hi, Jolly Green. Thank you. And let's see here. Mr. Wesker's on Dallas. Let's do the drawing. The show's over, you guys. Thank goodness. Here it comes. We're going to do the drawing here right now. We got 36 of you. Let's go to the commercial here. I want you to make sure you're subscribing, and please, this is a time. If you're going to subscribe to my plays, do it today. Let's go, Mike.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Here we go. Time for the drawing. Someone's going to win 1 month of those plays from me if they want it. Abel, Jolly Green, Mr. Wesker's Truth Teller, Wine Time, Greg Gibson, Smoke and Mirrors, Chosen One. The winner is Jolly Green. How about that? I think Jolly Green, that looks familiar. That Jolly Green might. Who is Jolly Green? That avatar looks familiar. And I know we got these screw ups with the YouTube. If it is Jolly Green, I'm sure it is Jolly. Of course it is, but I think that should Jolly Green have another name? I'm not sure, but thanks a lot, everybody. Jolly Green, good job. Hey, use the promo code winner Jolly Green if you're not already subscribed to get 1 month of picks from me. Whoa. 1 month picks from me over at Winnable. I'm dying. You guys got me all choked up, so I'm going to get out of here. Be back tomorrow on Thanksgiving with more morning steam. Make sure you join me here. We'll preview the NFL games as well, college basketball as well. We'll be mostly giving thanks, and I'll try not to get all soft here, but really appreciate it. Make sure you go over to winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM. And for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
When we make the 100-yard dash to the window, I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.